Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hi. Okay, I got like a gazillion things running at once right now. But hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. We're celebrating the season finale today of our Woolly Woods season. It has been one heck of a season. I'm very excited to be crocheting our final alternative pattern for the season. So if you didn't know what this is all about, every few months we release a new season of crochet. So these are all patterns that are all themed around a specific theme. This season was the Woolly Woods, so we were going into the forest and making forest creatures, and we're going to look at all of the crochet that we made. We made a lot of them, and honestly, I'm not really done crocheting them all. I do intend on adding to this collection throughout time, but this I think is going to be the end of our season where we're hyper fixated on the Woolly Woods. So I'm very, very excited to be crocheting our final pattern today, and we're going to look at that in just a moment. If you like what's going on here and you think it's really cool, please like down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon so you don't miss when we come out with new videos. We do new live streams like this every single week. We do I come out with crochet patterns every week. This week we had a brand new free crochet pattern, and all you need to do to find those is like down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, all that fun stuff. Okay, so while I'm going through our intro here, let me just talk about all the materials that you're going to need to crochet today's pattern. We're going to go through this a little bit more, but we're making a little gnome home today. We're going to customize it based on what the chat wants us to make. So if you're watching live, hello, we're going to be looking for your feedback consistently. This is a brand new pattern out now on the website. You can find it at clubcrochet.com/gnome. We're going to start by voting on what color we want the top of our gnome home to be. So we're voting right now in the chat for what color you want the top of our gnome home to be. So go vote there, and let's talk about all the materials you're going to need to crochet this pattern along with me if you want to, and then we'll talk about we'll start talking about all the patterns in the library that we added, and then we'll get crocheting. We got kind of a long pattern to make here, so we got to get rock and rolling. Let's start by talking about all the materials that you need to crochet this pattern along with me. The first thing you need is worsted weight yarn, 100% cotton. It's just my favorite kind of yarn to use for amigurumi. I'm using our special amigurumi cotton from Club Crochet. You can use really any kind of yarn you want. In fact, I made a gigantic one of these. Here it is. Check this out. I made a humongo one. Kind of see it in my face cam here. Oh, here, maybe I can fit it in this cam. Look at that. It's gigantic. Here it is. Smaller. So you can see you can make it really big by just using blanket yarn. Same exact pattern, just need blanket yarn for that. So go ahead and go get your materials. Outside of the yarn itself, we're gonna need some tools. We'll need some crochet hook. I'm gonna be using a size G 4mm crochet hook. Let me fix the lighting real quick because I did not tighten that screw enough. Whoopsies. All right, so we're going to be using a G 4mm crochet hook for today's video because it's the best hook to use with worsted weight yarn. You'll need a pair of scissors for cutting stuff. You'll need a darning needle for sewing in hard to reach stitches. Honestly, this pattern is actually pretty low sew. You only really need to sew on the door. Outside of that, everything else just like comes together. Okay, I think I fixed that. Let's hope that fixed. And then darning needle. You don't need any safety eyes. You can add a button to your door, so that is something that you might want. But outside of that, that's all you need. The colors, by the way, we're going to be using a gray or a beige for the body of our gnome home, and then a specific color for the top. We need white for the roof, which I actually just realized I totally forgot to grab white yarn. So I might have to go grab some white yarn. I probably have some down here, but we'll look in just a moment. And then you'll need some brown for the door. That's all the colors you're gonna need. We're voting now on what we want the top of our gnome home to be colored. So go ahead and vote now we're voting between red, purple, blue, and green. So go ahead and vote now. Let's look at all the patterns in our library while you guys finish up that vote, and then I'll get crocheting. So we made a lot of patterns in the library for this season, like a crazy amount. Not only did we make a lot of patterns, but also we updated a lot of patterns, and we crocheted a lot of different variations of our patterns in our live crochet alongs. Now, hopefully I can find everything that we made, but I'm telling you guys, we made so much that I honestly don't know where half of it went because we just made so many different things. So let's start with the first live stream in our intro. We made a little adorable witch frog. I love it. Frog was, I knew where I wanted to start this season because I just love the frog pattern. It's a great beginner pattern also. So it was really fun to customize it with a little frog in a witch's outfit. So we're going to go ahead and put this guy on screen. If anybody in the chat can remember the name of our little witchy frog, please let me know. I would absolutely love to hear it. By the way, hello to the chat. Hello, Cooper. Hello, Zoe, our moderators today. Thank you so much for being here and helping out. You guys rock. Hello, Nicole and Blair and Square Kitty. Hello, everybody. Hey, Sunshine. Nice to see you guys. Okay, so after we made that one, I really wanted to get into like the very beginner pattern. I wanted to make something that was really beginner friendly for this season. I kind of try to do that every season. And honestly, guys, I am obsessed with our beginner pattern from this season. We made a pet rock, and I think, oopsies, we're going to get to what next season is soon. Oh, that's right. We also have a giveaway going on right now. If you're watching live, check out the link in the description or at the top of our chat. And you can enter the giveaway. We're going to be announcing a winner at the end. They're going to get the full bundle of all these patterns put together in a big zip file. But here's our little pet rock. It had a bunch of different customizations. A lot of these customizations we actually reuse for our Gnome Home. Things like little mushrooms to add to them, little grass patches. We learned how to make moss. I loved our pet rocks. Honestly, super obsessed. We did a club crochet challenge for it. People made some insanely creative pet rocks. We also updated the website a bunch to include all these, we call them community showcases. So we have a new thing on the website where you can post pictures of your finished projects, and we did it for our new Club Crochet Challenge. So I really liked our pet rock. Honestly, I'm obsessed with it. I'm really excited to make even more pet rocks. I made a whole bunch of different customization ones. And yeah, we'll just go through some of these patterns right now, and then we're going to continue going through the patterns later on the live stream, but because I want to get crocheting. But let's talk about one more. So there's our pet rock. And here's like a little customization one that I never finished on the website. It makes the pet rock into a little, what's it called? A geode. I never really finished it, to be completely honest, but I need to work on that. I made this in the beginning of our season, so like 3 months ago. Okay, the last one. Oh, and here's another customized rock. There's little gems and stuff. It was really fun. Honestly, I really like the pet rock one a lot. And then let's look at our, Dodoi. Dodoi, I would say this is kind of the flagship pattern for the season, was Bigfoot Bobby. And I love Bigfoot Bobby. This one was based, this pattern is a little bit older on the site. This one was actually based on my dad, whose name is Bobby, not Bigfoot, but he is obsessed with Bigfoot. And so I updated the pattern to make it have bigger feet, and the toes were a little bit different, and I fixed up a few little things about the actual crochet pattern, including like the interactive PDF so that there's check marks, which is now a standard on all the rest of our patterns on the site. So I updated the pattern a whole bunch to go with the new season. And during the live stream, actually, this guy can barely fit in the screen, so we're going to put him back there. You can't even see him there yet. We customized our Bigfoot in our live stream to make Ranger Robbie our Bigfoot Forest Ranger, who, honestly, I love. Here, we'll pin him. His hands get pinned down so that he can be in this classic pose. I love Ranger Robbie. My plan is this is not a pattern on the website, so Bigfoot Bobby is a pattern, but we haven't updated yet to include the Ranger Robbie pattern. The plan is eventually to add this to the website as an alternative pattern that gets untangled when you complete certain projects on the website. So that's going to be coming soon. Keep a lookout for that, but I really am obsessed with this. I think maybe is my favorite live stream creation. I don't know though. Chat, what was your favorite live stream creation? I really want to know, because we made a lot of them. And we'll be looking at more of them in just a second too. But let's go ahead. I'll put Ranger Robbie back here in the background, far background right there. Okay, well, let's get crocheting because we have quite a lot of crocheting to do today, and we'll talk more about more of our creations in a little bit. So let's end our vote on what we want the top of our roof to be. Looks like you have voted purple. I had a feeling purple was getting voted on, so let's go ahead. We'll grab our purple yarn. Here, we'll toss this red to the side. We need our beige yarn for the roof, or for the house itself. We need white, and I didn't bring white out. Let me find it. I think I have some down here. Where did I put it? Hold on. It's time to open a new ball of white yarn. That's fun. Okay, so we'll also need white yarn, so we'll grab that right there too. Oh, dots, spots. Do you want dots and spots on the? Oh yeah, we need to vote on that. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's vote on that. Dots and spots, or no? Yes or no? Okay, so basically what I'm asking, really quick, super fast poll right now, is do we want there to be little dots and spots on our roof? Like this? Or do we want it to be blank like this? Now, we're going to also vote on how to connect our roof in a bit too. So there's like a bunch of different customizations for this pattern. So we're also going to vote. So we're starting by voting on these dots and spots. Do you want there to be dots? Second vote that we're going to come to a little bit later is how do we want to connect our roof? Do we want it to be connected with this? I call this a string chimney. So it keeps the roof on there. Oh, look, we have a little gnome in here, which we'll talk about in just a second as well. Or do we want it to be connected with a strap like this so that it can be carried around? Or there's actually a third option, which we're gonna vote on just a bit. The third option is both. So you can have it with the little square chimney and a strap. So that's what we're gonna vote on in just a second, but we're gonna start with the dots and spots. So let me know right now in the chat if you want dots and spots. I can get started crocheting while you guys are voting on that though. So let's go ahead and just get hooking and get our purple. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Our yarn makes this beautiful noise when you unwrap it. Ready? Oh, it's beautiful. Wow, gorgeous even. Okay, dots and spots. Oh, I get to vote too. I'm gonna vote. Oh, pretty much everyone says yes. So I think I'm just gonna call it there on the dots and spots. And then we're gonna switch over the vote because already 23 people have voted and 95% of them said yes. That's gonna be hard to beat. So let's go ahead and do that. And then the last one is, we can keep this vote going for a while. How to connect the roof. How should we connect the roof? Should we connect the roof? We can do string chimney. And I'll show you this again in just a second. We can do straps. Or, you know, I'll put in both. And I'll put in neither. We could technically do neither as well. I do need to know because there is a slight variation in the pattern if we add stripes. If we add straps. So go ahead and start voting now. I don't need to know right away, but it's good to get that vote going. But we're going to be making it in purple, and we're making it with dots. So we're going to need purple, and we're going to need our white. Oh, there we go. And yeah, let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. We'll start with our purple yarn here. Get that out of the way. I seriously am so proud of this season. It is, I think, one of my favorites so far, but I'll be honest, I have kind of said that for every single season because every season has been better than the last. Or has it? I don't know. They're all so good. I don't know. I don't know which season's my favorite. I'm really curious of what you guys want to see for our next season. In fact, if you enter the giveaway today, that's what we're asking. I want to know what you want to see in our next season, which is going to be launching next month. So it's coming very soon. I have been working on a few ideas, so don't worry about that. There are a few things in the works, but I just want to know which one, what do you want to see? What do you want to see most? I probably should pull up the pattern itself here. Ah, see? I knew it. There we go. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and boom. Is that really? Hold on. Oh. I just realized. Oh, that's because that's the house part. I see. I started with the roof and I shouldn't have. Oh, well. Whatever. We're going to start with the roof. We'll come back to the house part itself in just a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I started on the wrong part of the pattern, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. So we'll go like that. And then we can start on round 2 where we can start adding our little bumps and dots. I'm not going to go too crazy on our bumps and dots. I actually think it looks a little bit better when we're more subtle with the dots. You know, there's like a little bit less going on. It just makes it look a little bit cleaner. So we're just going to add, we will add them, but I just don't want to go too crazy with them all. We'll start with 1 dot in this round though. 1 and 2 like that. All right, we'll finish this round up and then we'll talk about another pattern to the library. Actually, we'll do a couple more. I'll do this round and maybe 1 more round, and then we'll talk about another pattern that is added for the Woolly Woods. I think that's a good system. You know, we crochet a little bit, then we talk a little bit. I like that. I like that. So as I'm going to go through this, I'm going to consistently be cutting my ends here because I want the ends to be nice and clean on the inside. So if you see me doing that, that is why. That is why. I hope you guys have had a wonderful week. It has been a long week for me. I was really excited for the live stream today because I was like, I need a live stream. I need to create. Because it has been just a long week. But yeah, I have absolutely been obsessed with this season though. I don't know how I'm gonna up it, you know? Like this season was so cool. I don't know how it's gonna get better and better. I know it will. I just don't know how. All right, so there's our first spot. I did it kind of like off to the side, so I'm probably going to add another one over here for our next round. And then I'm going to vote for that. Oh, interesting. A lot of people are voting for both for the straps. That's cool. I'm the best kitty out there asks, do you stream every Friday or no? Yes, we do actually live stream every Friday. It seems like at least we have been streaming every Friday for a second. Sometimes I miss Friday because I need a break, but normally, yes, we do a live stream every Friday. We are going to be missing a few Friday streams coming up soon because I'm going on a few vacations. So I'm going to Canada soon, and then I'm going to Japan with my brother for a little bit. So I might miss a couple Fridays coming up, but normally, yes, we do every Friday. And if you want to make sure that you don't miss that, all you need to do is like down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit the little bell icon so you don't miss it when we come out with live streams. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect transition. Wow. Hello, Kara. Welcome to the stream. We are working on a tiny little gnome home right now. You know what? Let's go ahead and put a gnome home on screen so that when people inevitably ask, what are we making, we can point out our cute little gnome home right here. And I'm going to put another dot right over here near the end of our piece, so it's on the opposite side of our previous dot. And then maybe we'll do 2 dots in the next round. I think that's probably a good idea. So there's like 1 for the first few rounds, and then there's 2 in the round after. I think that's a good idea. I'm going to do all pretty small dots on this. In the pattern, there's a bunch of different options for how to make your dots and spots. So you could make them bigger or smaller. I kind of find that they look a little bit better if you do them all small. But it is kind of fun to do a big old dot randomly on your pattern too. That was a really satisfying clip. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Cooper, for reminding me. We're also doing another stretch goal for another giveaway next live stream. So if you like this video, if we get to 150 likes today, we will do another giveaway next live stream because we are doing a giveaway this live stream. Linked at the top of our chat. Okay, let's take this out for just a second and let's look at another pattern from our library that we added this season. Let's see, what was the next one that I wanted to talk about? You know what? let's skip around a little bit and look at one of our collaboration patterns from this season. Hold on, I gotta grab them both. There we go. So this season, where'd that go? 1 second. I lost the axe. There it is. All right, so this season we had a few collaboration patterns where another creator that wasn't me came in and designed a pattern for this theme. Our first collaboration was from the great Amy, aka Curious Papaya, who made this stinking adorable snail for the season. I love the snail pattern. I think it is so cool, and we customized it quite a bit in a few different live streams. The first one that we customized, the second one I actually don't have anymore. I gave it to my mom because it was made for Mother's Day. But the first one we made was this custom snail for a live stream that we named Slowfy, and I loved Slowfy. They're a little male snail male, and they've got little things in their backpacks here that I really love. They're little fortunes. So fortune cookie fortunes in there. And then we made a little axe for it. We made these little side parts. And then you'll see this harness, which is for another pattern, which we'll look at in just a second, in just a little bit. I loved the snail. Honestly, 10 out of 10. So cool. Super, super, super duper love. We're going to put our snail here. Let's move our little witch frog up so that we can make room for our snail right there. Oh, look at that. They love each other. That's cute. All right, let's keep crocheting and we'll look at more patterns in just a moment. Let's tighten that up a little bit too. I got the camera in a really weird spot today. It's literally right here. Right here. It's just out of camera from my face. And it's kind of weird, but it works really well. And the reason I did that is because we're also filming today horizontal and vertical, so that after this live stream, I can upload it as a horizontal video too. So if you're watching the horizontal version of this video, let me know in the chat. I mean, in the comments down below. I really am curious if people will watch this after the fact in the horizontal version. I just want to see. Eventually, I want to start doing it live streaming both on Twitch and on YouTube at the same time. So this is kind of my test into that world a little bit. I think I want a spot here and then a spot like over here, so they're kind of off center from each other and they're not kind of crowding it too much. So it would be kind of nice to have another spot right there too. Well, okay, we'll do one right here, one right there, and then the next round we'll do another one right there. That sounds good. That sounds good. We're figuring it out one stitch at a time. It's gonna be right after this increase. I'll do our first spot in this round, like these. I believe I'm on the right track though. I should probably be using the check marks in the pattern so that we don't lose track of where we're at. Probably my favorite part about our crochet patterns is the check marks, or the video tutorials for everything. It was really interesting. Last week we did a giveaway, and I asked in the giveaway, like, what's your favorite part about Club Crochet? So many people chose the video tutorials as their favorite part of Club Crochet, and honestly, it was heartwarming because I know people like the video tutorials, but I never know how important the video tutorials are. You know what I mean? Like, they're kind of a lot of effort for me to do, so it meant a lot to know that a lot of people are acknowledging that as a part of Club Crochet that they really like. So it just really meant a lot. So thanks for people that said that. It means a lot. Sunshine's gotta go. Well, thanks so much for joining, Sunshine. I hope you have a great week. I hope your week is as wonderful as you are. It's my favorite thing to say. I really enjoy saying that to people. And the reason is because it can also be a diss. It can also be like, you kind of suck. I hope your day is as wonderful as you are. But mostly I mean it like, you're sweet, and I hope your week is as great as you are. I think we'll put another one right there. Yeah. So we'll do it after this second increase as well. Like that 1, 2, and then increase right here. Like this. we go. All right, we'll put another spot here. And then let's look at... Well, no, we'll do 2 rounds in a row. So I think that's a good amount because we have a lot of crocheting to do here today and we got a lot of patterns to show off. So we'll give it some time in between show and tell. There we go. It's looking pretty good. And again, this pattern is now available on the website, by the way. So if you want the crochet pattern with the full-length video tutorial, it's on the website. You can find it linked in the description. And I'm really proud of it. There's a lot of customizations. Honestly, I took a lot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I spent a lot of time on... Ooh, do you hear that crack? That was crazy. On this design to add as much customization as I could because I'm really proud of it. So let's see, we're on round 5, which means that we're increasing it up a little slower here. So this is our chance to add, I think this is actually our last chance to add a lot of spots. So we'll probably add 1 here in the back. We'll add 1 here on the side and we'll add 1 here on the front. And we might even add 1 here on the right here. So we might actually add 4 spots in this round. I don't think that's too much, right? We're gonna find out. We gonna find out together. None ya business. Welcome to the chat. They say that they are new to the lives. You subscribe, but you can't have the bell going off. Understood. Totally understood. So is there a way to still know you're live whenever I'm going on YouTube? Yes, actually. Thank you for asking that. I really appreciate that. Yes, there is. The other way you can find out when we're doing a live stream is you can create an account on our website, clubcrochet.com. And if you create an account on the website, you'll get an email whenever I'm doing a live stream. So everybody that is on the email list got notified today about the giveaway. They got notified about the new pattern and the live stream. So I try to update people via newsletter whenever something new is going on, especially when it's a live stream. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go 5. Let's do 6 here, and then we'll do another dot here, and then another one here, and another one there. I like that. So that's another way you can get notified when we do live streams. I don't send those notifications out immediately as the live stream goes live. It's usually a little bit earlier in the day. So like today, I think the email went out at around 11. So yeah, the best way to get like immediate notification, oh wow, Louie is live online, is to hit that bell icon. But another option is to join our email list. So yeah, thanks for asking. Okay, and all you need to do to join that email list, by the way, is just create an account on the website. You can obviously remove yourself from the email list at any time too. It's not like I'm gonna send you emails when you don't want them. And I do not send a lot of emails at all. Actually, I was talking to someone the other day who was was giving me some marketing advice, and they were like, "You got to start sending way more emails." And I was like, I don't want to bother the people that I'll send them emails when I got new stuff, but I'm not gonna just overwhelm people with emails. That sucks. It's such a bummer when you join an email list that you're actually really excited about, and then they're like, emails. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's keep going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we'll do another one right here. So after this one, yeah, we'll do another spot there. And then I think we'll do our last spot maybe right here, right near the end. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. It has really been a heck of a season. Honestly, a really long season too. I kind of stretched this season out further and further because I loved it so much. I think I'll probably be doing that more often because I really like staying in a specific theme for a little bit longer. Our plan in the future is going to be for seasons. I'm going to do 2 seasons a year now. I think that doing 3 seasons a year, that's what we did our first year. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, that's, and then this is an increase. I see. Okay. Our first time that we did seasons, so we've been doing now, I think this is the 3rd year we've been doing our seasonal kits, which is kind of insane. Is that really true? Oh my gosh, it is true. Wow. In our first year, I did 4 seasons, so I did a season for every season. It was exhausting. Oh my gosh, it was so much work, and it just took a lot out of me. So the next year we did 3 seasons. This year we're going to do 2 seasons. And I know it doesn't sound like, oh man, you're only doing 2 seasons. Don't worry, because in between each season, we're doing a seasonal refresher now. And what that means is essentially every other season, we're going to be focusing on new patterns for the previous seasons. So for example, eventually we're going to do a seasonal refresher, and we'll focus on this season again, and I'll add some new patterns to it. So I know I want to add little mushrooms. I never got to that in this season, but I really want to add those. So eventually we'll do a seasonal refresher, and I'll add mushrooms to the patterns for this season. So it's just a kind of a fun way to consistently be adding to the seasons. Okay, I am on round 6 now, which means it is time to it is time to add the perfect stripe and the holes for if we're going to be doing straps. So I need to see what you guys voted on. If you wanted again, the options were straps that look like this, a string chimney, which looks like this, which you actually don't need to make any customizations for, or both or neither. Let's end that poll and see what you guys voted on. Looks like you did both. Okay, cool. Both totally works. We can definitely make both work. Let's go to... I need to jump down to the straps section for this. Okay. And we need to do half color changes for this part as well. So this can be a little complicated. You guys chose the most complicated version of this round, but I don't mind. I'm a pro. I can do it. So I'm going to start by doing half color changes like that. And this round is 8 and then an increase, so we are still increasing it up. But I might need to kind of sort of half count. I definitely need to fix my crochet hook, because I still haven't fixed my crochet hook. I forget until like 5 minutes before the live stream. Hey, don't forget, you wanted to fix that crochet hook, remember? But I always forget. So this is my like live stream crochet hook now, and the glue is totally worn down. So the hook itself kind of like falls out of the crochet hook slowly, really slowly. But every single stitch, it like moves like a fraction of a millimeter. And so after doing like 5 rounds, I'm like, oh, need to fix the crochet hook again. It's kind of fun though, in its own way. I don't know. I don't know why. It's just kind of fun. I kind of like starting to like it. It's like maybe it's because I'm getting like a break, or maybe it's because I'm like starting to see the progress that I make. You know, it's like it's like reloading. It's like reload the hook. I don't know. That's weird, but it is. I don't know. It just kind of feels that way. All right, 7 and 8 will be right here. That's our increase. And then we'll do 2, 1, 2, and then here's where we're going to add our first strap hole. So I'm going to do that, skip that, and we'll go to the next one here. Okay, and there we go. That's going to leave a little space for our strap to go through. I like the purple. Purple was a good choice, you guys. Thank you for making that choice. Here, I'm going to go ahead and unravel this. I love doing this. Check this out. So as you go, I'm doing like half color changes right now. So when you do a half color change, it gets more and more like wound up and complicated. You can kind of see how it's getting, I say it like candy canes up. How you fix that is you hold it up from the top like this, and you just let it spin. Like that. And then it just kind of spins its way and untangles itself. Zoe, thank you, Zoe. Zoe said the perfect stripe / half color changes are the best things that they learned from Club Crochet. So thank you. That means a lot. I actually designed that perfect stripe method within the first, I think it was within like the first 3 years of my crochet career. I've been crocheting now for like 20 years. Actually, I think it's 18 or 19 years now. But anyhow, I had this idea because I was making bumblebees. I was like, I really want the stripes of these bumblebees to be better. So I just tested out a bunch of different stuff and then got used to doing it this way. And then I kind of figured out ways to make color changes even easier using this method. So I appreciate that a lot. I also think it's a really, really cool method. I think it's extremely useful for crochet. And there's like other ways to do this, but I still like my way the best. I'm excited for you guys to give me suggestions on how we make our door, because later on we're going to make our door, and that's going to be a lot of fun to customize it a bunch. All right, so that's an increase there. And then right before the end, we make our last spot for the strap. Yeah, okay. Let's get a little bit more white yarn here. I'm actually just going to let this fall. Whee! So after this round, let's look at another pattern from our Woolly Woods. I actually think we should look at the gnomes next. Or you know what? Let's do. I got one before we can look at gnomes, because I got an idea. Okay. I think it's 7, and then I skip a stitch. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. That sounds like stressful but fun, Cooper. Cooper said that if you're lucky, you can do yarn and hook chicken simultaneously. So I could keep crocheting to see until this hook falls out. I have gotten it down to like down here, so there's just like a crazy long hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. And we're still gonna have to clean up the inside a little bit. Got it. Okay. 1. And then one more right there. Okay. I'll connect here. And we can cut the purple yarn now. Yeah, we're done with purple. We're actually completely done with purple. Oh, cool. All right, so let's look at our next pattern. So in our season, we started it, did we start the season in March? For some reason, I think we did start it in March. I'm pretty sure we started in March. So what we made for the beginning of our season, I was coming out with one pattern, but then I realized, oh my gosh, it's St. Patrick's Day, so I got to switch gears real quick. So I converted the gnomes, which you kind of saw one right there. We'll show more about it later. But we made little tiny leprechauns. I love these leprechauns. They're so cute. I'm actually really proud of it because I did this pattern in a day. So, I mean, to be fair, I was already making a bunch of those little gnomes. So I already had this kind of like the base of the pattern done, but then when I realized, oh my gosh, I got to do leprechauns, I was like, oh, I need to do leprechauns right now because it's like March 10th. So I made this pattern really, really quick. I did the video tutorial for it. I tested it out a bunch to make sure it was perfect, and I love it. I'm so proud of it. I actually ended up making an insane amount of these on a live stream. We called it the Leprechaunathon. They were all the same, I think, right? Did we make any custom leprechauns? I think we made a girl leprechaun, and we made, a leprechaun with a golden hat. I know we made that. And we made little shamrocks for them. And then I took all of them and I hid them around my mom's house, like all around the house. And she had to find them. She ended up finding them in like 2 hours, though. It was kind of frustrating. But they also have little magnets on their butts. So, oh, that magnet is actually reversed here. You can see it's wiggling the whole rest of them. But we'll put this little guy right here. They got magnets in their butts so that they can perch on anything metal, is the idea. Okay, so there's our leprechauns. I love the leprechauns. Kind of a surprise little bonus pattern this season that I really wasn't expecting to make, but I'm glad I did. Okay, so now I'm on... Oh, I gotta go back up. Okay, so I went to the straps. Yes. Got it. Okay, cool. And then we'll start working in these front loops here. Right? Yes. Okay. But yeah, I'm definitely kind of getting obsessed with these gnome homes. I've have a bunch of them so far. I've been saving them for like little dice bags for friends and stuff. But my collection's getting bigger and bigger, so I think eventually I'm gonna have to start offloading them to D&D pals. I can't just keep all these gnome homes myself, or can I? Jules and I actually probably are gonna move pretty soon. I'm really excited. I'm nervous because I really like this space a lot, but I'm also very excited. And so maybe I'll find a perfect space for just a colony of gnomes. That sounds like something I'd do, doesn't it? What size, how big are the magnets you use, asks Ayla. Ayla, I love that name. Is that your actual name or is that just your username? Well, either way, it's cute. I like the name. These are what the magnets look like that we use. So they're called neodymium magnets. Fun to say. They are these little tiny magnets. They're 12 inches in diameter and 12 millimeters in diameter and 2 millimeters in height. So that is the size that we use. They're super duper strong though, like crazy strong. I usually use around 2 or 3, depending on how big the crochet is, to make them connectable to things. And often I wear them on my shoulders. Actually, you know what? Let's put this leprechaun on the shoulder so you can kind of see what that looks like. So usually this is how I do it. I take 2 magnets like this. I separate them. Well, first I make sure that the polarity is right. So looks like it's going to be like this. So the bottom of it here is here. And I'll take the bottom magnet there and I'll put it under my shirt and over it like that. And sometimes it takes a second to get the position right so that they look in the right way. Like, see, he's kind of like bending down right now. So let's see if I can get him a little bit further back. By the way, new merch coming out soon. I am wearing one of our shirts from merch right now. Check it out. Boop. If you want to support this channel monetarily, there's a whole bunch of ways to do so that I forgot to add in the description. But one of them is to purchase merch, and we have this cute merch in the library. But look at that. Isn't that cute? So now we've got a little leprechaun on our shoulder throughout the live stream. Keeping us good luck. Okay. Let's keep on crocheting on. I'm just so proud of this season. I think it's so cool. I'm super duper curious to see what you guys want to see for the next season, by the way. Again, if you want to let me know what you want to see in future seasons, go ahead and check out the giveaway. You can find it at clubcrochet.com/giveaway, I think. Oh, no, actually, no, not clubcrochet.com. It's in the description down below or in the top of our chat. And in that, all it is a quick form that you can fill out to tell me what you want to see in the future seasons. And then I'm going to choose someone at random by the end of this live stream to win the bundle of all these patterns. So that's the idea. I think that's it there. Now I can just go and work into both loops and single crochet around. Yes, okay. I remember how this pattern works. I remember. Oh my gosh, Zoe, yes. Okay, so every week, at least in the spring, Zoe has a new group of little baby pigeons that nest outside. And Zoe joins the live streams and they give us updates. So, yes, give us an update on your little baby pigeons. Looks like they're finally flying. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. They're finally flying. I still haven't seen a baby pigeon in person. Okay, now Zoe sent me pictures of their baby pigeons, so maybe they're real, but I've never seen a baby pigeon in person, so I can't confirm or deny that pigeons are real and not government spies. I can't rightfully say that. Because as far as I know, pigeons are government spies. I don't know what to say. Let's keep crocheting. Let's keep crocheting and stop talking about Lou's crazy conspiracy theories about pigeons. I don't know if they're government spies or aliens. I think they might be alien spies, but again, we can talk about that another time, I guess. If you want to learn more, check out the burbs. Check out the burbs. All right, I'm going to finish this. Oh, you know what? We'll finish up. We'll actually finish up the full roof here, and then I'll show off the next pattern in our Woolly Woods season. We do need to clean up. Look at that. That is a mess on the inside, so we're going to clean that up as well. But let's first finish the last round here. I love this part. This part's the best. Like this, and you go like this, and you go like this. You just connect everything together like that. Shout out to the testers for this pattern, by the way. Big shout outs. There's a whole bunch of testers, and I'll be posting about them later, but thank you so much to everybody that was able to help test this pattern out. I asked some testers to help out really fast, and oh my gosh, the feedback I got was amazing. Such detailed feedback, exactly what I needed for this pattern to make sure that it was going to work. And they found some really good, they gave me some really good advice and found some mistakes that I couldn't believe that I missed. There's one part in the pattern where the stitch count was totally off. And I was like, how the heck did I miss that? But the pattern, the pattern testers figured it out, and I really appreciated it. Thank you so much. Boop. There we go. Let's see, what else have I been doing this week? I've been playing Mario Kart. I played a bit of Mario Kart last night. Did a few Grand Prix. I've been playing some Fortnite with my cousin. My cousin loves Fortnite. So every now and then he texts me and says, hey, we want to play Fortnite? But I feel like I'm getting worse and worse every time I play with him. Maybe it's because he's just getting better and better. I don't know. It feels like I'm getting worse and worse, though. And then I got a new Pokemon game on my phone. So I found this, it's called Pokemon Unbound. It's like a fan-made Pokemon game. And I figured out how to put it on my phone, and it's so cool. I really like it. So I've been playing that a lot, too, recently. Just whenever I'm just farting around, or Jimbo jumps on my lap, and I'm like, well, can't do any work. I guess I can play Pokemon on my phone, though. But I highly suggest you check it out if you are a big Pokemon fan and you're looking for something new and free. Try this fan-made Pokemon game out. It's really cool. I wish I could, battle people, though. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can. Do online battles or something. Although, to be fair, whenever I've done Pokemon online battles, I always get my butt handed to me. People just put so much effort into their teams and stuff, and I'm just like, I like this one. I named him Jeremy. All right, let's hide this end in and clean this up, but we have our roof done, which is pretty exciting. And the next thing I want to do, I was thinking we might be able to customize today's pattern a little bit and maybe add a new addition to the pattern that I just released. So, I mean, it'll take me a second to add this addition in, but people were suggesting that I make windows that actually can get sewn on so they'll look a little bit better, or more crisp. And I think that's a really good idea. So I think maybe we'll do that in today's live stream. and I'll update the pattern after today's live stream to include that new customization option. I'm going to untuck all this like that, and then we're just going to clean up this inside with our scissors really quick, just so that it's not so like absolutely insane. And I don't need to cut these like super duper close because I don't want anything coming undone, but like look at this. It looks like Angelica's doll's hair. Anybody get the reference? What was that doll's name? It had a name for sure. Oh, what was that doll's name? Well, I'll remember it. Or the chat will remember it. Hey, we got a little bit of... I think this is a Hollow Knight. Silk Song. Hopefully it's coming out soon. We've been saying for that forever. I don't know if you're much of a video game person, but there's a game that's been teased for like 4 years now. At least 4 years. Called Silk Song that me and a bunch of other people are like, give us the video game already. I need to play. Let's clean this one up too. Alright, I think that's good enough. I just want it to be a little bit cleaner. It's going to be on the inside anyhow, so it doesn't really matter. I just didn't want to look at all those little bits and bobs. Alright, so let's put this to the side for a second. Clean up all these bits and threads. We can use them for stuffing if we decide to make a gnome later or something. Kind of a mess. Alright, let's look at another pattern that we made during our Woolly Woods season. So let me go to the big box of patterns. Yoink. Oh, yes. Okay, so... Ooh, do we do that one or that one? You know what? Let's look at gnomes. It's time. It's time. We need to look at some of our gnomes. So I have been obsessed with making 2 new Amigurumi patterns this season. The first one was little tiny gnomes. They're so cute. They're so cool. I love them. I'm obsessed with them. I can't find my boy gnome. I lost my boys. My boys! I have them somewhere, but I don't know where they're at. But I do have these 2 little girl gnomes, and they're super cute. So this is a cute pattern. This is part of a series I've been doing called Minigurumis. These are patterns that I design that have 100 stitches or less with no sewing. Now, I do allow myself embroidery, which is how we got the hair and the beards on the little gnomes. Let me find... I've got to have one of the other gnomes, like the... I know they're somewhere. I mean, they're gnomes, right? So like they get... Oh, there's one. Okay. So here's an example of the little boy gnomes. And here's the little girl gnomes. I love them. I'm obsessed with them. So I allow myself embroidery, which is how we get the beards and the hair. But the rest of this is all made in one piece with no sewing. I'm super duper appreciative. Like I just am really, really proud of these designs. I think they're so cool and they're so fun. They're so optimized. Yeah, I'm just a really big fan of this pattern. I think it's really cool. So yeah, we made a whole bunch of different kinds of gnomes. We'll look at a few different customized gnomes throughout this live stream. Let's go ahead. Oh, there you go. Look at that. There we go. We got a little gnome on our snail in the background now. But yeah, love the gnomes. We actually have one in one of these gnome homes. And I'm thinking today, if we have enough time, I mean, I doubt we will, but if we have enough time, we'll make a new gnome to add to our gnome home like that. They're just perfectly sized for their little gnome homes. Isn't that cool? It's so cool. Okay, well, let's keep crocheting on, and we're gonna move on now. We made our roof. Our next thing to make is the house. Now, I do have a lot of customization options for the house. So the first thing I wanna know is, do we wanna add potted plants? So let me show you what that means. First off, here, let me just get that question in the live stream right now. Potted plants? Yes or no? I just want to know a quick yes or no, and then if you choose yes, we'll look at what that means. These are what these potted plants look like. So in the crochet pattern, there's opportunities to kind of customize the pattern in a bunch of different ways. And one is to add little pots with little flowers in them. But you need to crochet these while you're going. And here's what it looks like without it. So that's the first question. Do we add potted plants? Yes or no? So go ahead and vote now in the chat. And then we will, if you choose yes, we will customize those potted plants in a specific way. So we'll vote on how we want to customize those pots as well. But let's start by making the house section. And of course, you know we're about to take this off, so that means it's going to make this noise. Oh, wow, beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? It's definitely real. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be saying yes to the potted plants. Yeah, okay. Which is obviously totally fine. I mean, I said yes too. We will need to choose what color to make those potted plants, but let's get to that part first. Look at that. See that? See a little bit right there? Look how long it is, okay? Like, look at this, okay? So it's up to about the curve in the hook, or in the thing there. So let's fix it. Look at that. That's how much it's pulled out. I need a new crochet hook, Louie. Now, after this live stream, I'm getting a new one. I'm fixing this. All right, so now we're making the bottom of our houses. How many gnome homes do I have per yarn roll? How many gnome homes do you get? Interesting question. I would say you could probably make like 4. I think at least 4. The part of this pattern that uses the most yarn is probably this jute part. So this is where you're going to run out of yarn first. But, I mean, obviously you can also change colors. You can make the house part white instead or something like that. 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. So, yeah, there's a lot of customization. Like, you can change colors so you can make more. But I think if you wanted to make them all the same colors, you probably could get at least 4. Maybe 5? I don't know. Per roll. 1, 2. Oh, the first. Okay, so I need to. Hold on. I forgot it. There's a customization option here that I need to work with. Like that. 1 and 2. Cool. Then I work into both. And 5th, 1st, 3rd, 4th. Okay, cool. We're doing great. Okay, let's do. I'll do one more round, and then let's look at our vote and see what you guys chose for the potted plants. But again, if you want to vote for if you want to add a potted plant or not, the chat is still open for that. So go ahead and vote now. All right, and I think that's good there. So we can just, yeah, we can be done with that. Cut that yarn off. There we go. Yes, with your donations and support, I will be able to get a new crochet hook. I love it. Blair, thank you for being a member. Oh, yes, I actually didn't even talk about that. If you really like what's going on here and you think it's really cool and you'd like to support this channel monetarily, well, that would be really awesome. This channel is completely supported by its community. So everybody watching that is a Club Crochet member or has purchased kits or merch in the store, you are the reason this channel exists. So seriously, thank you so much. It is vital, obviously. I would not be able to do this without your help. If you really like what's going on here and you want to support us monetarily, there's a bunch of different ways you can do so. I'm smiling because my cat just woke up from a nap and he's now eating our yarn and he wants to say hi. You want to say hi, Jimbo? Let's say hi. Let's say hi to the chat instead. There you go. Here, we'll switch to this. There we go. Oh, say hello. Oh, that's weird. The camera doesn't work there, bud. I don't know why. Well, we'll see. You'll say hi in our mini cam. Oh, what? Now you want to leave? Now you want to leave? Oof. Thank you. He licked my mouth. Okay. No eating the leprechaun. You're very sweet. Not sweet. Tasted nasty. But they say hi. Your friends say hello. Okay, well, I'm sure in just a matter of time, he's going to start messing with the cords. He's currently... You all right? Hold on. Okay, buddy? There you go. I think he's coughing up a hairball. Sorry, one sec. You all right, bud? There you go. Okay, I think it was snot. Poor boy. He ate a gnome. He probably ate a gnome. All right, let's keep crocheting. He gets these boogers. They're crazy. Honestly, it's insane the amount of boogers that cat gets. He gets human-sized boogers, and he blows them out of his nose like 3 times a day, and they drive us bonkers. Hey. No. No. Now our yarn has cat spit all over it, too. Buddy. All right. Okay. That's enough. Now he's scratching my legs. He is a terror. He's crazy, man. I can't express enough. This cat is wild. He's always going crazy. All right, let's keep crocheting though. I'm on round 4 here, so I'll work into these stitches. And then after this round, let's switch the vote and we'll look at some custom gnomes that we made during some live streams. We made a lot of custom gnomes though. The one that you saw in this gnome home over here in the corner is named Gnomerelia after someone in the live stream chat. Jimbo, stop it. No. Dude, you're tearing that. Okay. Yes, that is my foot. Yes. Okay, we're not biting. This is, okay, so just to put it in perspective how difficult it is to do these live streams sometimes. So I was talking to a friend who watched the live streams the other day, and she was like, yeah, what do you do after live streams? And I said, I go take a nap. Because it is exhausting. It's so much fun, but think about all the things I'm doing simultaneously. I'm crocheting live, sometimes designing live, talking to a chat, making sure the sound and everything is working, and messing with a cat simultaneously. My brain is going on full overdrive. Okay. He is a gremlin. All right, before I continue this, I needed to cut the yarn there. I went on autopilot, but I did need to cut the yarn there. Before I continue this, though, I'll put this to the side. Let's look at some custom... Well, let's see what you guys voted on really quick. So your vote was for if we want a potted plant. 90% said yes. Okay, so next we need to choose a color for the potted plant, and we need to vote on this fast. So to work with this purple, we could do red. We will need a little bit of green for the top of the potted plant, so I'll put that just to the side. We could do pink pots. And we'll also have another opportunity when it comes to the flowers to choose a color. So you don't need to be stressing too hard. We can do orange. I don't know if blue really works. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does blue work with this purple? As far as like a... I guess it could. Cyan could work. Actually, cyan would be really cute. Let me grab that. Where is it there? Okay, we could do cyan. I think these are good color choices. Yeah, right? Cyan, pink, orange, or red for our pot color. I think that's a good choice. Okay, so we're going to put these at the bottom of the cam here, and we're going to vote on that. So, what color for the potted plants? And we got red, orange, pink, or cyan. All right, so go ahead and vote on that. I need that vote in ASAP, so go vote now. While you guys are voting on that, before I continue crocheting, I'll put this to the side as well. Let's look at some of our customized gnomes that we made during the season, because we made a lot of different custom gnomes. Not all of them do I even know where they are. They have officially scattered to the winds and are kind of a little bit of everywhere. Hold on, I saw the long hat gnome the other day, and I was like, there you are. Where are you? Is he in here? Oh, dang it, I knew he got away from me. The little dude is so sneaky. These gnomes are so crazy sneaky, though. They disappear, and I don't know where they end up going. All right, well, anyhow, I don't know where that long hat gnome is, but I do know where a few of these are. So this one, oh, there he is. Haha, I had you all along in there. Good. So this gnome was made during our first custom gnome live stream. They voted on making a gigantic hat with the gnome with his hanging thing, and then a huge long beard. I think we might have named this one Gnomen. Is that true, live stream? Can you guys remember? I really like this one. I think it's so cute. So this one was really fun, but we made a whole bunch of different gnomes. I loved this one just because it was very creative. This was Indiana Gnomes. Pretty cute, Indiana Gnome. Look at that. Very cute. We'll have him sit on top of the boulder to just tease him. And then this one, I would say that it's hard to choose my favorite, but it's not. This one's my favorite gnome that we've made so far. I'm sure I'll make other ones that I love even more. But this is Zephyr. Truly a spectacular gnome. Just absolutely. The chat voted on steampunk for the gnome vote. And look at how cool he looks. It's so cool. He's got his little tinkerer's scepter. He's got these little cute glasses. I even put a little feather in his hat. We took that from a cat thing. I love this gnome. I think he is. I think it's pretty safe to say he's my favorite one. Don't tell the others. We're gonna put him right over here in the corner during our stream. We might move him around a little later. Yeah, so those are some custom gnomes. I made a lot of them, though. We have a bunch of other ones. I think there's one named Cynthia, who was a crystal, like, specialist or something. We made a lot of different gnomes. It was really fun. Yeah. All right. Let's keep crocheting on. I can do at least one more round before I need your guys' choice of yarn color. So I will go ahead and continue on here first. If you have any questions about the gnomes, let me know. Someone said, how do I organize my yarn? Great question. I don't. It's just in piles all over the place, man. I'm extremely disorganized. Yes, Jules is pretty certain I have ADHD. I keep getting distracted while I'm looking it up, what that means. No. Yeah, no, I do have an armoire over there that's filled with yarn. I also have a bunch of boxes that are filled with yarn. It's a little organized. It's all organized by color. Yeah, so that's usually how I organize, is based on what colors everything is, because I don't like to organize based on yarn type as much. and I don't really like organizing based on like fiber. That just doesn't work out for me. But what does is color. Not only does color, just organizing based on color work because like I choose different colors all the time, but it also works really well because it looks cute. I got this little rainbow of yarn, and I just really like it a lot. I'm a fan. There we go. Let me do one more in the same stitch. Was that from the music, that noise? Yeah, what kind of yarn do I mostly use? I do mostly use cotton. I just really like the way cotton looks for amigurumi. The reason I really like using cotton, by the way, I mean, I've said this before, but there's kind of a whole lot of reasons. The one is structurally, it really looks good with my crochet. Like I can kind of mold it in different ways. It kind of feels like you're crocheting with clay a little bit. So I really like that because I like making little miniatures. I like making them in very specific ways. The other reason I really like using cotton is because I have no idea why it has @ before the name, by the way, Blair. No idea. I've never seen that happen before. This is the first time I've ever seen that. And I have no idea why that's happening. Like, even a little bit. Maybe it's a new thing that YouTube's doing? I don't know. That is kind of weird, huh? What was I saying? 1, 2, 3, 4. I increased too soon. I was saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What was I saying? Oh my gosh, I totally lost my brain went. Oh, talking about cotton. The other reason I really like using cotton is because it's really clear. The stitches are very clear where they're at, which means that for video tutorials it's great. It's also great for if you like for making sure you keep the right gauge. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I just think it looks really crisp. I like the look of crochet stitches, so I like it. It's got like a high contrast basically. You can see your stitches a lot easier. It can split the yarn depending on what kind of yarn you use, but with this amigurumi cotton, like our club crochet yarn, it's really split proof, so I don't really need to stress about that as much. Yeah, I just really like using cotton yarn. It's personal fave. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, last stitch here. Right there. Okay. Nice. We'll just get started on that round. Now is when I need your opinion for pot. If you want me to, or what color we were making our pot in. So let's go ahead. Let's see, how long have we had this photo? Oh, 42? Yeah. Oh my gosh. You guys have pretty substantially said you want it in cyan, and I think that's a great idea. We'll do cyan, and we'll do a little bit of green for the top of the pot. I actually have this little tiny bit of green, which is exactly what we need. Go ahead and throw that there. And that just makes like green at the top, so it kind of looks like a like an actual potted plant. So there's our goal with that. All right, so really quick, let's also look at maybe another customized pattern that we made. If I can find her. We have a cute dinosaur. We made a whole bunch of dinosaur live streams this season. Where's our little guy? Where is he? Where's our cutie? I'm looking for the gardening. We have a brontosaurus. Like a gardening brontosaurus that I made. Huh. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Huh. Okay, I don't know where she is. We have a gardening brontosaurus somewhere. Man, I need to clean this office up so bad. Well, here's one of them that we... Oh, you know what? I bet you she's in here. Here's one we made, though. We made this 4-leaf clover triceratops, which was really fun on a live stream. That one was a lot of fun. But I actually think there's one in here. There she is. All right, so check this one out. I loved this one. We made a gardening brontosaurus, and she has this little, cute little pot. Or what is this called? Not a pot. A you know, what's it called? Watering can. We made this cute little brontosaurus with a watering can. She's even got a green thumb. So we did a bunch of live streams for our dinosaurs to get ready for Lava Run, which is coming out very, very soon. And we made a lot of customized dinosaurs. I loved this one, though. This one was especially one of my faves. So really big fan. Really, really proud of this customized one. And I hope you guys liked it, too. All right. We'll put her to the side. Let's get back to crocheting now. You guys chose cyan for our little pot. The next thing I actually don't even want to vote on it. Because I really want to make a custom window for these. So I was gonna make a vote. There's a way to make a window in the pattern where you can have the like this. So it you crochet a window into it. And I honestly really like it. I think it's really fun and unique. But I want to make a window in ours. So I'm not gonna do this in today's stream. I'm gonna make a window that I use sew on because someone requested that, and I really do think it's a fun idea. So we're gonna do that today instead of an open window. But let's keep crocheting on though. So I'm on round 6. Oh, I found a mistake in my pattern. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Actually, hey, Cooper, if you are free and you're able to help, round 6 through 11 in the written instructions on the website are broken. If you're able to fix it during the live stream, that would be great. But if you can't, that's no worries at all. It's just supposed to be single crochet into each stitch. 1, 2, 3. So it's it's correct in the PDF. It's just not right on the written one because I added it to the website at like 3 a.m. last night and I was sleepy, so I probably made some mistakes. Hopefully we can catch any other ones. That's an easy mistake to fix though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 8, 9, 10, and oh, this one is going to be a bobble. Okay, so here's where we're adding our first little pot. We need cyan, and we need our green. I'm such a goof that I couldn't think of the word watering can. I feel like that just goes to show you all the things that my brain is trying to do all at once when I'm doing these live streams. I love them though. It's so much fun. I get like a rush out of it. Okay, so I yarn over at that. Then I go into the stitch. So I'm basically doing like half color changed mini bobble stitches here. It is definitely an advanced customization option for this, but it is fun. It's very fun to add. And honestly, it's not that tough of an addition. It's not the easiest, but it's not that complicated. Whenever I do like complicated, like advanced bits to crochet patterns, it's usually so optional, which is what I kind of want to change in our next season. Next season, I want to do a pattern that's really complicated. I really want to do like a big pattern that's complicated because I've been doing a lot of smaller ones, and I think it'd be really fun to get something weird going on next time. Just one. I'm gonna do a bunch of cute little things, but one of them I want to make kind of like a bit extra is my goal for next season. So that's 11, that's 12, 13, 14. And then the next one, right? So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yes, okay. So now another one of these little pots. And we'll have to vote on a flower, but we can do that later. On what color flowers. I kind of pro like maybe a like a maroon kind of color. Might be kind of fun. I don't know. Okay. 2 and 3. Nice. Okay. Go through all those. Oh, I need to fix this part. Hold on. There we go. Nice. It has been fixed. Beautiful. It is beautiful. Nice. I think cyan is a fun color for those pots. Good choice, chat. Thank you for your votes. I appreciate ya. I say that to Jules all the time. When she does something. Go, I P-shape you. Cool. All right, so now, because we're not going to do those windows built in, it's just a long bit of just crochet. So I'm just going to be single crocheting for a while. So chat, what do you want to chat about? Let's do it. Let's try it. What you guys doing? What? Oh, I know. Everybody in the chat right now, what is your are you crocheting anything right now? That's my first question for you. Is anybody making anything? And if you are, what are you making? And then the second thing I want to know is actually we'll start with that. What you making? Anybody in the chat also crafting right now? Are you making you crocheting? If so, what are you making? Let us know. I am making a gnome home. Zoe is excited to see what the next season's going to be. Yes, me too. Yeah, I'm really curious of what people are going to vote for in that giveaway form. Again, enter that giveaway if you haven't already. I have an idea on what people are going to vote for, but sometimes I am totally off. Panda Girl is making a sea bunny for a sister. Jen is making this mushroom house. That's awesome. Very cool. How far are you at? DJ, or is it DJ Hen? Stitcher Sarah is making a panda. That's cute. Michelle is making Jeepers and Creepers from Amigurumi Monsters. I don't know what that is, but that's cool. Zoe is making a banana and kind of struggling with it, but that's all right. Sometimes it's fun to struggle with a pattern. It makes you, it gives it a special challenge. Warm Mukwa has been working on tentacles. So far, it's 1 tentacle. Sounds like you got 7 more to go, my boy. K Mareem is was making a blanket but needed a break and is now making a couple baby dragons. Oh, let's look at a baby dragon real quick because that's really fun. So we actually made a baby dragon was that last week, chat? I think it was. I actually can't remember. We named it too, but I can't remember what we named it. But we made this baby dragon right here. She's so cute. Isn't she cute? Baby dragon. I actually think I want to make an even babier dragon, like a mini Gurumi one. So I was working on a couple design ideas for that. I actually was planning on doing that in this season, but it just didn't come down to it. So I'll have to work on one at a later time. You have just the bottom done? Oh, okay, cool. Well, I mean, you're only like slightly behind me then. I hope you enjoyed making the bottom of this gnome home. It is I think it's a pretty fun design thing. And I don't know if you checked out the video tutorial for it, but I do a technique here in the back that I think is really cool. I actually want to update my past patterns for like potted plants. So I have like a little cactus and a succulent pattern, and I kind of want to customize them a little bit more to show how to do that little technique, because I did come up with a new technique for this one, which is really fun. All right, so that's rounds 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I want 6 rounds here, and I've done 3. So halfway there. Luna's crocheting a baby blanket. That's cute. And Savita is making a lily pad. Okay, cool. We'll show, you know what? We'll show the lily pad next. After I finish these rounds, we'll look at our lily pad pattern from, that's brand new today, or as of what, yesterday? Wednesday. So it's only been out for a couple days now. We actually designed it live, but we'll talk about it more in a second. I've kind of been obsessed with those lily pads too. I made 2 more. I want to make a full set of 4, and then I'm going to make another set of 4 to give as a gift for Christmas. I'm trying to get ahead of schedule on gifts this year for Christmas, so I'm not like freaking out by the end of the year. So I definitely think those lily pads are like kind of the perfect Christmas gift for a few people that I know. Let's fix that. There we go. Oh, you were a tester. What is that? There's just some random orange yarn that floated in from somewhere. A mini grummy dragon. What's a groomy dragon? Oh, mini Garumi dragon. I see. That's funny. You were one of the testers? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I'm going to post about you this weekend, actually. How many plushies do you think that you will make this stream? I have a feeling we're just going to be making our gnome home and maybe a gnome to go with it today, because this is quite a big pattern. But I do think it'd be fun to make a gnome to go with it for our finale. Or maybe a goblin. You know, we'll probably vote on that if we want to do a goblin or gnome to go with our little gnome home. Although I feel like we made a different home for goblins, which we'll look at in just a moment as well. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more round here of all single crochets, and then I can move on, and we'll look at the lily pad, and then we'll move on to other patterns after that. But yeah, we still have a little bit more customization to go. We got to make, obviously we got to make a door. We've got to make that custom window option, which we're going to look at in just a second. And then we got to add flowers and then a bunch of other customizations. So we could do like moss. We could try needle felting for this pattern. We could do a little sprout chimney or a little mushroom chimney. That could be kind of fun. We could do a little butterflies. We have a lot of customization options, so we'll vote on a few different things today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. So I'll take that out right there. I'm also going to cut these little tail ends because they're just going to be annoying and in our way. Those out of the way. There we go. And then this side. All right, so let's look at those lily pads really quick. So this is probably my, this is the newest free pattern that we added to the library. We did add 3 or 4 free patterns this season that were completely free. I think we actually have a record for seasons for free patterns this season. But the one that I really liked was the one that we designed live last week or 2 weeks ago. We made, hold on, I'm trying to find the flower for it. I saw it earlier. There it is. Right? Yeah. So we made this adorable lily pad, and it's like a lily pad coaster. It's extra thick. It doesn't actually have to be this thick. You can make it half as thick. But the reason we made it this thick is because you can kind of see that little shiny part in there? See, right there. See that shine? That's because there's a little miniature magnet in it. You can barely see it through the stitches. I can't even feel it. But it's so we can add a little lily pad to it. Or not lily pad, water lily. So we made a little water lily that goes on it, and it like magnetically attaches. Well, it doesn't really want to magnetically attach. There we go. So it magnetically attaches to it. And instead, if you want, instead of a water lily, we also have this itsy bitsy frog that you can add to it. Oh, this one's way more magnetically attached. So you can kind of change it up. So I'm really proud of this one. This was a kind of a surprise addition to the library this season. I wasn't really expecting to come out with a new pattern from a design along, but it just was so cool that I just had to. So this was a new free pattern that came out this week. If you think it's cool, please go check it out. And just honestly, if you can, put it on in the background, turn it on mute, and just let it play. It helps the video out a lot, and give that video a like. It would help out, honestly, it helps out a lot when people watch all the way through the videos, especially for those tutorials. It's really rare that people watch it all the way through. So if you want to, that would be cool. You don't have to, but it would be cool. But yeah, go give it a like. We also just did a short for it, and yeah, it's really cool. I'm proud of this. I'm really proud of this pattern. I think it's really cool. Very simple too. Will this be reposted? Yes, it will. You mean today's live stream, David? I think that's what you mean. If that is the case, if that is what you're talking about, yes, this will be reposted later. In fact, I'm going to be reposting it in a big horizontal version so that you can watch it in a different format too. So if you wanted to. All right, let's keep crocheting though. I think, do we have a vote that we need to do? We're going to go down here. Next, after this, we're going to add doors in a window. Let's start by voting on a door. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's get a vote going for a door, because that's might be a contentious option. So door option, go. So we can do a round door. We could do a button door. Or we can do an arched door. So I'm going to throw that in there right now, and let me explain what the difference is. So the first one is a button door. And a button door looks like this. This was actually the prototype for the entire thing. So this is what a button door looks like. It's just one big button on the front. I actually kind of might be running out of buttons, so low key, I'm kind of hoping you don't vote on this one, because I don't know if I have a button that'll work, but we can find a button. We'll make it work. But that's option one, is a button door. Option two is a rounded door, which looks like this. It also does include a button. In fact, all three of them will include a button, but this one has a little tiny button. So this option is just a round door that we sew on, and then we'll add a button to it. It's very hobbity, very Bilbo-y. Option three, maybe my favorite door option. I don't know. I kind of go back and forth between the rounded door, but option three is this arched door. So this is what an arched door looks like. So this skull gets sewn on, and then a button gets added to it. So I think this one's my favorite, but I'm open for any of them. Go ahead and vote now in the chat for which door you want me to make, and I'll make which one you want. And while you guys are voting on that, we'll finish up our house section of our gnome home, and then continue on. How am I doing so far, stream? Doing all right? I feel like I'm doing okay. I haven't had a panic attack, which is good. I've never had a panic attack on a live stream. 1, 2, 3. Good thing I just jinxed myself. Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then a decrease. Okay. That. All right. I've only had a couple of panic attacks in my life. One time I had a panic attack on the roof during 4th of July. It's at our old place in San Francisco. We were watching the fireworks. We used to live on the beach, and people would like fireworks everywhere on the beach. So we were like, let's just go to the roof. So we were on the roof, and then a firework landed on the roof to the next of us, and then exploded. And it scared the F out of me. I was so terrified, and I just got paralyzed. I couldn't move. I was like, and I didn't know what was going on, and everything was spinning. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I'm having a panic attack right now. And that was I think that was the first time I had a panic attack and knew I was having a panic attack. Because other times that I've had panic attacks, I didn't know until like way after. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's what was going on. I was having a panic attack. I don't know. And that happened to anybody else ever? Or am I running solo when it comes to that? It's really scary when it happens. You feel like you're not in control of yourself. I should make the home in blanket yarn. Savita, we were actually showing off one of those in this. Here, 1 second, Savita. I'll show you one that I made in blanket yarn. That looks really cool. Check it out. So we're here. This is the one that I made with blanket yarn. So you can see how absolutely gigantic it is. Super cool. Whoa, Starbound, you were hit by a firework when you were a kid? That sucks, man. That's real. Yeah, that's tough, dude. Good luck to you. K Margem, you need that makes life hard. You have panic attacks when you drive these days. That makes things really difficult. Well, I hope you can somehow get over that. I mean, I don't know how, but I really hope you can manage that, because that seems like it makes life really difficult. So, good luck. I'm sorry about that. I totally feel it, though. It's, they come out of nowhere and they're hard. Let's see. I am on round 14 of the house section, so we're just gonna keep powering through it here. Probably should have eaten something before I started today's live stream. Oopsies! Oopsies. Nah, I'll be fine, probably. I just can't stop thinking about food. I want pizza. I should make a carpet out of blanket yarn for the Gnome Home. Oh, that'd be interesting. Like on the inside, a little tiny carpet. That might be kind of funny. Or in the front, like a carpet. What are those called? Like a doormat. That'd be kind of funny. Wow. I don't have any more fingers. I popped them all off. Or a neck. Wow, I popped that off too. Don't do that. Hey, if you're at home and you're like, well, Louis cracks his neck and stuff, that doesn't make it okay. I highly suggest you do not start cracking your bones. I just can't help it. Do as I say, not as I do. Like that kind of thing. Hey, I'm on my last round here for the Gnome Home itself. So just a few more stitches. If you haven't liked this video yet, please like it down below. It would mean a lot to me. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. If this video gets 150 likes, we are going to be doing another giveaway next live stream. And here is your reminder. If you didn't know already, if you're watching this video live right now, we are doing a giveaway for the full bundle of crochet patterns. For every crochet pattern I'm talking about in today's stream, we're doing a giveaway for that. If you want to enter that giveaway, all you need to do is check out the link at the top of the description or at the top of the chat. You can also find it in my Instagram stories. I posted about it. So if you enter the giveaway and you just fill out a form, all I'm asking is like one question. What should I make for our next season? And yeah, so if you want to enter that giveaway, I'm going to announce a winner by the end of today's live stream. All right, let's hide this end in. I think I'm done with my jute yarn too. I think so. How many homes have I made? I think this is my 10th, somewhere around 9 or 10. When I first made it, I made like 3 in a day. The very first one I made, I was like, and it got better and better each one. It was like, oh, what if I did this? Okay, wait, I gotta make another one because what if I did this? So the first day I made a lot. And then I did one for a live stream, or for the video tutorial, and I did one to test the pattern out, and I did one for fun, and then I did one to try different spots on the top. So I've made a lot of them. And I'm just gonna keep going. Oh, and then I made the giant one too. So I love them. I'm gonna keep making them too. All right, but we have just finished the house portion. Look at that, pretty cute, right? It needs a door, and it's gonna need some special customizations, but here is our little roof. Let's make sure it fits. Oh, it fits perfect. Oh my gosh, that looks so cool. I have not made one in purple yet. I made one blue, but I have not made one purple until now. Okay, so next is our, I believe is the door. Do the roof. Oh, the straps and stuff. Okay, yeah, we could do the straps and stuff next, and then we can do the door. So you guys voted on both types of straps for today, which I think we need to start by doing the actual straps for it. You know what? We might do straps later. Let's customize the house as much as we want first, and then we'll do the straps. I think that's a good idea. Okay, let's see what you guys voted on for the door. Oh, cool. I'm super happy with that vote. Okay, so we voted on an arched door for the door itself. We probably should vote on, I guess we could just choose brown. We're gonna have to do a lot of votes for this door. Okay, wait, so let's think for a second. The first thing is we need to know what color door we make. The second thing we need to know is what button to add to our door. And the third thing we need to know is what color to go on the outside of the door, like the sewing part of the door. So the first thing we need to know, I guess, is the color of the door itself. So go ahead and vote now in the chat. We're going to say door color. Go. And I'm going to say brown, green, maybe red. Red might not be good. What do we think? Let's see. Let's look at this for just a second real quick. Let's imagine red. This would be red. Actually, a red door might be kind of cute. Brown definitely would be cute. I have no doubt there. So wait, brown, green is the other one. So we could do like a forest green door. Actually, that would be really cute too. Forest green door. Okay, I think those 3 votes are good. Brown, green, or red. Yeah, let's do that. So vote now on what color door to make. While you guys are voting on that, let's look at another pattern from our Woolly Wood season. I think that's a great idea, right? I'm actually gonna vote for that color. Looks like me and everybody else is voting for that color. All right, cool. All right. Yes. When did I design this? I designed this like 3 weeks ago, and I've just been testing it a lot between then. All right, so while you guys vote on that door, let's look at another pattern from our library from this season. I think the next one we should look at is our other collaboration pattern. So like I said before, our first collaboration was this cute little snail from Amy, aka Curious Papaya, but we actually had another collaboration this season. I loved this one. Philip, if you're out there, great job. Philip designed a really cute firefly for this season, and I loved it. It actually came, there was a lot of adjustments to this pattern in the end. Originally, it had full black eyes, which is more accurate to what an actual firefly looks like. It was like this, which is more like firefly-esque, to be fair. This looks more like the eyes of a firefly, but I just made it into a little goofy pattern. So thank you, Philip, for allowing that. Truly, I really liked the goofy eyes. So yeah, we made a little firefly, really, really cute. When I went to Philip and I was like, hey, will you do a collaboration pattern for this season? What do you think? I was definitely not expecting a firefly. He came back, he was like, I made a firefly. I was like, oh my gosh, I was not thinking about that at all. Super cool pattern. Really, really liked it. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Super cool pattern. And then we made a custom firefly for our live stream. Here, we'll put this firefly in the background right over here. Kind of gigantic. Yeah, that's pretty good. Then we made a custom firefly. This was our custom firefly named Mel A. Tonin, because he's a sleepy firefly. And his butt is actually glow in the dark. So it's made using glow in the dark yarn. And on his back is a magnet so that you can put all these little mini gurumis that we were making. So we got like gnomes and little frogs and stuff. And it should, there it goes. It magnetically attaches to the back so it can be held upside down so it stays on it. And then it's also got this little strap so you can hang it. So you can have a little hanging firefly with a little writing character on it. I love it. I think it's so cool, so unique. Really cool firefly pattern. Yeah, so that was our, this was our live stream, and this was our second of our collaboration options. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, right? Right? I think it's pretty cool. I'm happy with it. Thank you again, Philip. Super love that pattern. I think it's just so unique. All right, next up. Let's see, we voted on the door. Have we voted on the color? Oh, yes, we have voted on the color, and it's pretty unanimous. We're going green. Okay, green door. Great. Next question I'm going to have is a... Actually, the next question we have is going to be the outline color. So the so when we're sewing this door on, it's going to have a different color to go on the outside. So I'm going to get the vote started there, and then we'll start crocheting the door. We could choose a bunch of different colors here. So I think color options are going to be, let's see, door edge color. I think yellow is just great. I also think we could do cyan, which would match the pots, which would be nice. We could do, I guess we could do black. Try black there. And then let's do a fourth color. Let's see. We could do orange. We could do purple to match the roof. Actually, you know, instead of black, let's change black to purple to match the roof, and then orange as just an outlier weird color option. Okay, so those are the votes. We're choosing between the edge color of this door. We can do yellow. We could do cyan to match the little pots here. We could do purple to match the top, or we can do orange as like an outlier, different weird color. That's the vote. Go ahead and vote now. While you guys are voting on that, I'm going to just get started on the door itself. And I'll move down to our arched door section. And let's get crocheting. This actually won't take too long to crochet, I don't think. Actually, I think I'm going to vote on that color. Man, me in the chat, guys, we are like this right now. Everybody in the chat is voting on exactly what I'm voting on, which is pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's good. All right. Do 3, and then we do 3 in this stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Right? 1, 2, 3, and then 3. Yes, and then I turn 180 degrees, and then we go into the bottom parts. Yes, 1, 2, 1 right here. All right, then we just leave this tail end there.
And I'll just switch around. Yeah, so the door is actually pretty quick to make, actually. It's only 3 rows total. The door is the only part in this whole pattern that is worked flat. Specifically, this arched door is the only one that's worked flat, and it's also the only one that is sewn. The only part of this pattern that's actually sewn on. So the rest of this pattern is not. We're not sewing anything together, but the door you have to sew on. I guess I maybe could have figured out a way to make the door not sewn on, but I'm too lazy. Alright. It's funny because I usually make things no-sew, so because I'm so lazy. But in this case, I was just like, sew it on, baby. I don't know. Have I ever used a tension ring? No, I actually find that tension rings make me control way too tense. It just gets it's too difficult for me to use. It like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've been doing this for so long. I could see one day if I like got carpal tunnel or something, I could see myself using a tension ring. But for now, I don't really feel the need for it, so I don't. Yeah, I don't have one. I did have someone gift me one once, but then I used it like for a little bit, and then I was like, "Do you want this back?" Because I'm not going to use it. And they're like, "Okay, sure." All right, so now we're just going to sew this part onto the door, or onto the. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just sew this first part onto the door like that. And then I'll come back and we'll find out what color you guys wanted for the accent color. And then we'll vote on buttons. So I'll go grab a whole bunch of buttons. And we'll start the vote for different kinds of buttons. And then I'll start just sewing this together. And then after that, what's after that? Window. We want to make a window. So that's going to be completely customized for today's video that I'm gonna add to the pattern later. So I think we go like this. We can actually go to that stitch maybe. And we'll just go into this stitch and then out of this one. Actually, I'm just gonna go across to this one. Yeah. Yeah, so this part's just like needs to be essentially like attached to the door, and then the other part is actually sewn onto the door. So that's the I mean obviously if you're following along in the actual pattern, it explains it. Oh, I forgot to mention this pattern. I put it on sale today, so it is. Oh my gosh, did I sew the grass in? No. So I forgot to mention that. So this door is member exclusive, or you can purchase it. And I actually made it on sale for the weekend. So if you want to get it for $2 off, get it now. Yeah. All right. So I just attached this part, and then let's see what our vote was for accent color to sew the door on. I'm probably going to have to go find that color, and then I need to choose buttons. So let's start. Let me go grab my buttons real quick. Right here. Okay. I actually put a bunch of buttons in that little thing too. So we'll look at buttons, and then let's vote on. Here, let me end the vote. What color did you guys choose for the accent color? Yellow. Great. That's actually exactly what I was hoping for. So thank you, chat. Let's go ahead and find some yellow to use. Oh, perfect. I had this extra long scrap of yellow. That'll work perfect. And then I need to choose some buttons. So let's go ahead and look at some button options here. We're going to keep the button options in this. And let's go ahead and go through my crazy big collection of buttons. You know what? Actually, I have another bit of a collection down here somewhere. These ones are even more fun. Let's go with one of these ones because those ones are pretty fun. And then we'll look at a new pattern while you guys are voting for this before I start sewing it together. All right, so we could do like a cute... Oh, look at that button. That's a cute one. Okay. This button doesn't even have a hole. This is a holeless button. What do I even do with that? I mean, it's kind of cool, but... So we got this one. Here, I'll just start compiling the ones that I like most, and then we'll vote on them. Might be too tiny, but we'll find out. Some of these are like really, really cool, though. Is this too big? I don't think that is too big. I think it's the biggest. Oh, this one. That's our button right there. That's a cool one. Look at that one. Can you see the detail in that button? Can you see that? It's got a bunch of like weird detail to it. That one's pretty cool. Let's see. Gonna need a cool. Oh, this one. No. Actually, that one's pretty cool too. Oh, and this one's really cool. Oh my gosh, these are also cool buttons. Let's get this giant button out of there. I need like chopsticks. This'll work. Look at that one. That's a cool button. Okay. Hold on, I saw one more really cool one in here. Actually, a few really cool ones. One right there. That one's pretty cool. And then this one, I like that one. It's like, it looks like a flower, kind of. Oh, wait, there's another one right here. Actually, this one's cooler. Oh, wait, what's that one? Man, this is going to be hard for you guys to choose. It's going to be hard for me to choose. That one's pretty cool, too. It looks like a weird grid. Okay. Let's go and vote on which button you guys want. So, here's our options. Let's see, I need to choose 4 of these. Let's just hold them up here. Actually, I don't think that grid one actually does look very cool. It's a cooler idea than it actually is. Now that button is sick. That one's cool. I think this one's awesome. Yeah, that one's really cool. Okay. And then we got this awesome one too. Love that one. And then we've got some cute little tiny buttons. Let's see what this little one. Whoa, that little one actually is kind of cute. It looks really like a door handle. All right. And then that one's pretty much broken. That one's kind of boring. And that one's not bad also. We can only choose 4. Okay, yeah, we'll try. I think I like this one more than I like. More than I like that one. All right, so there's our button options. Let's go ahead and I will get that in the chat and we can make a vote. Oh wait, our cool that button though. Dang it, I'm torn. No, okay. Let's go with those ones. All right. Button options. This would be the big button if we decided to do a big button just instead of a door. Like that probably. Okay, so button options. I need something to really show the buttons on screen. Here, we'll go like this. I'll put this down here so that way you guys know which one we're voting on. We're going to go 1 in order. 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what? We'll do 1. We're going to change it up. We'll do it like this so that way we don't have the small ones right next to each other. Okay. So that's going to be our options. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to hold them up once I show you, but let me get the vote going first. Okay. Which button should we use? Oh, I got these buttons from Joann's before they closed. Like 5 or 6 years ago. 3 and 4. Okay, so I numbered them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so here's what we got. We got 1. There's number 1. It's cute. It is very cute. It's very tiny, but it's very cute. 2, it's actually, it doesn't come up on camera as well as it does in person, but it's very intricately, like it's got this cool little like design on it. It's very intricate. So that's number 2. 3 is kind of a classic button. It's just like a nice beige tiny button. That's 3. And then 4 is maybe the coolest. I don't know. It looks like it's got like this really cool design on it. It almost gives like airbender kind of vibes, or like waterbender vibes. So those are options. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? You guys go ahead and vote on those in the chat. While you're voting on that, let's go ahead and just start sewing on the door itself. But yeah, I got them from Joann Fabrics like a long time ago. It was just like a big bottle of buttons, and it was like $3. I was like, sure, I'll take all these buttons. And I'm glad I did. That was a nice song, whatever that was. Play. Now when I sew these on, by the way, I usually sew it together and then I come back. So I go all the way around it and then I'll come back around it to make it more sewn on. Let me cut this yarn in half. We don't need it this long. Try not to mess with our button presentation there. All right, so we go up to that one. Just gonna hold this perfectly in place as we just go boom, in. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I get to vote too. I'm gonna vote for this one. Ooh, this one's gonna be a close vote. Bing, boom, bing, bing. Okay. Go there. I know I'm going a little slow here. The reason is because I just don't want to mess with the buttons. I don't want to touch them. So I'm like trying to be very careful as I go. And also, you know, sewing it on the right way. I don't want it to be awkwardly sewn on. So I'm just consistently like adjusting, holding the door down. Then I go sew it in. And sometimes I'm more detailed with it. But I'm just kind of going with the flow and right up to like there. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Goldfinch. I hope you're having a great day. Wow, you drove really far. You started watching in Kittery. Where's that? ME. Where's ME? I know NH is New Hampshire, so maybe Maryland? No, that can't be ME. Is Maryland ME? I don't know. Stitch, how you doing? What are we making? We are making a Gnome Home right now for our season finale of Woolly Woods. It's our big season finale. Go. And we're also doing a giveaway, and we're also doing a we're kind of trying to get it to 150 likes today. So if you like this video, like it down below, because if we get 150, we'll do another giveaway next live stream. There's kind of a bunch of things going on in a little bit, huh? We have a sale for this new free or this new not so free pattern. I don't know why this stitch is fighting me. There we go. Okay. Oh. And then after we're done with sewing this door on, and we're voting currently on which button to make, I'll show you another pattern from this season. Because we're not done. We still got 1, 2. Let's see, 1, 2. We got the frog. I think we have 3 more patterns that I haven't shown yet. Maybe just 2. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh no, yeah, 3. We have 3 patterns that I haven't shown yet. There we go. All right. And then we'll work our way. So this is what I mean. I like to work my way back up and completely try to cover it in that. If you heard that loud ding, that was because my dad just texted me and I did not have it on Do Not Disturb, even though I really should. You know what? I'm going to change it to Do Not Disturb really quick before, because I think he just texted a group chat. Oh, it is on Do Not Disturb. I don't know why that happened then. Hopefully it doesn't do that again. Okay. Going to this one. That was a weird one. I don't know what's happening here. I think it went through the middle of a stitch or something. That's looking pretty good though. Jules just snuck in and stole the Mario Kart. I was like, what is she doing? Realized, oh. Yeah, that's right, I'm ratting you out. I was like, what is she doing? She was being all secretive. She came in and took the Switch. I'm gonna play Mario Kart. Alright. Oops. Like that. No. Like that. There we go. There. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Right? You know what I like about this is I mean, obviously it's going to look a little hand done, and that's what I like about it. I like how like handmade this part of the pattern looks when you are sewing this on, because it looks like hand sewn, you know? It's not like machine made. And I think that's really important when you're trying to make something really like cottagecore vibes. There we go. That. Then I think we'll go up to like here. Wait. There we go. All right, last one. Down to there. This one looked wrong though, huh? There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. All right. Sorry, that was my one sewing together for today's live stream, and you know I get really quiet whenever I'm sewing things together. I'm sorry about that. All right, let's double knot this in and figure out which door you guys want me to add. 1 and 2. Okay, and then we need to choose. What's our vote after that? I'm gonna do a window. I'm just gonna make the window really easy. There we go. Okay, so which button have you voted on? Ooh, close vote. Really close vote. 30% for 2, but 31% for number 4, which is this one here. And you know what? That was my vote too. Good choice, team. All right, so we're going to put these to the side. Move this out of the way. And now we need a needle that'll go through that. So I think I've got a small needle here somewhere. I need a new small needle, because the smallest one I have is also gigantic. It's like thin, but it's huge. I have another one somewhere, but I totally lost track of it. And that's the scariest thing in the world, is when you lose track of a needle. Let's go ahead and sew this on. Oh, first, actually, before I sew this button on, let's look at another pattern. So we've talked about almost all of them, but we have 3 more patterns that we have not looked at. Let's start with the, I guess you could say these are the competitors to the gnomes. Technically, they came first. And that is actually maybe my new favorite pattern. I love these. I am absolutely obsessed. For some reason, I can't find one. Here it is. Mini goblins. Oh my gosh. We have made so many of these little goblins, like a crazy amount. I seriously love these little guys. Here is a whole bunch of them. If you've been part of the stream before, you know I've absolutely been obsessed with these little goblins for a long time now, and I'm really happy and excited to finally share them. So these are our little tiny miniature goblins, and a similar kind of thing to the gnomes, made in 100 stitches or less with no sewing at all. Absolutely obsessed with them. If you like these goblins, give this video a like right now. It is so, I'm just absolutely obsessed with them. I think they're really, really fun to make, super quick to make, super cool. And we made a whole bunch of custom goblins too. So here, we'll throw one of these in the background on the right here, and maybe another one like right there. Oh, he's hidden back there now. But we made some custom goblins. I am torn between 2 of our custom goblins, but we did make 3. This one's good. It's not bad, but it's good. Is our little mad scientist goblin. I do really like our mad scientist. He's very cute. I think what his name was, Dr. something. Anybody remember what our mad scientist name was? I can't remember. But mad scientist was really cute. But then we made Chum Buckley, who's a fly fisherman who's catching flies with a little turd. I love Chum Buckley. He's so cool. I think he's one of the coolest things ever. I love him. Big fan of Chum Buckley. So we'll put Chum Buckley right here on top of this Gnome Home. That. Sit. Stay. You know, classic goblin. They're not listening at all. Maybe we'll turn him a little bit more like that. This other goblin's like, can you get your turd out of my face? And then our other special custom goblin was also way, way cool. Here he is. Another top tier goblin, Grumbledore. Grumbledore, the wizard goblin. Oh my gosh. Love Grumbledore. Highly suggested, if you have not made these goblins, make them. I guarantee you will like these patterns. They're so cool. Very, very, very proud of these patterns. He's also is naked, but he's covered up by his little beard. I love Grumbledore. Just top tier. Great stuff. Great stuff. We'll put Grumbledore here on the corner. Okay, now let's sew this button on. I'm going to use the yellow for this so that way it like works with the rest of our colors here. And I'm just going to like split our yarn. Is that going to be thick enough? Yeah, that'll work. And we'll just thread this on there. This might be hard to thread on our needle though. Hey, not even, dog. Oh wait, yes, it did not get threaded all the way. Try that again. Do it from the other side. A little bit of Hollow Knight in there. There we go. Nice. Okay. And we're going to put this on the inside. I'm going to have the door handle on this side of the door. I'm just going to try to hold it in place. And I'm going to try to come out from the inside. Actually, you know what? Let's try to find a good spot for it. It looks like right. No. There. I think right there's a good spot. Right? Yeah, so we'll go up from there. We don't need to sew this on like too crazy. I don't think it's going to be like, you know, I don't think we're going to mess with it very much, so I don't think it's going to come off. Unless it like accidentally gets snagged on something maybe, but I think it'll be probably fine. So we'll just go ahead and do a single sew on. Down to there. You know what? Let's have it come out with the same stitch. We'll do it one more time. Okay. Come up through that same one. That. Pull that first one a little tighter. And down. And in. All right. There's our door. There's our button. Come on. There we go. That thread did not want to go through. There's our door handle on there. I like it. I'm cool with it. That's great. Next up is a mini window. Would be nice. Let's go ahead and add a little window. This one's going to be custom. So I'm just going to do this the way I want to do it. I'm not going to do many votes here, but we will vote on the flower choice as I'm doing this. So let's go ahead and get a vote going for flowered color. I don't have too many colors left in my embroidery thread. I've kind of like ran through a lot of different colors there. So let me go ahead and grab some different colors for embroidery thread. I got like a... This is the one I'm kind of hoping I can find the yarn for, because I think that would be a cute color. This one is... That's red. That's actually not enough anyhow. Where did all our embroidery thread go? I'm going to take our leprechaun off our shoulder too, because he's kind of getting annoying. Which means our luck is going to go away. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking for my thread. I can't find it. Oh thread, where could you be? Why have you hidden from me? Oh thread, what have I done to you to cause you such strife? Why do you hide from us? Embroidery thread, where have you gone? Are you under this? Perhaps. And yet, perhaps not. Ah, it was right next to me the entire time. Turns out, I'm a goof. All right, let's choose some colors of thread. We got pink. We got like a hot pink. We got a blue. We got a green. That's pretty blue. Well, we'll go ahead and grab one of these blues too. Blue. There's this like pale yellow and maybe this orange. Okay, those are good colors. I don't like the blue. I don't know why. I just feel like blue would be weird. So I'm going to take the blue out. So I'm going to go with a yellow, orange, pink, or hot pink is our color choices. So let's go ahead and I'll put this down over here. We're going to go one. Here, we'll split those up. We'll go pink, then orange, then hot pink, then yellow, like that. So those are our flower choices. I'm going to go ahead and get the vote going here. What color for flowers? Pink? Orange? Hot pink? Or yellow? All right, so there's our vote. Let's keep crocheting though. I'm going to be making a window here. So for my window, I think I'm gonna make it so that it's white on the inside of the window, but dark green on the outside of the window so it matches the door. So I'm gonna need my dark green. I need my white. And I'm gonna do like a circle with half color changes. So I actually might turn this into a little mini tutorial here. So I'm gonna go with like, I just want it to be a really tiny window though. I'll go with white for the start. And I'm just gonna single crochet 6 times into the center for white. 1, 2, 3, fix our crochet hook. And 4, 5, and 6 will be like that. Okay. Yeah, we could do one more bigger. Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna grab my green here and crochet around it. Actually, we'll get a little more there. And then, I'll tell you what, we're gonna do some kind of fancy footwork here. We're gonna slip stitch in our white. I want that long end. Slip stitch in our white. And then we're going to change over to a green. And I'm going to do an increase into each stitch around. That's a half color change. That's our goal here. So that way the bottom's going to be white and the top will be green. There we go. Let's work around our tail end too. There we go. All right, it's a little complicated, but it's not too bad. Half white, half green. It's gonna be a little bit more complicated to sew this on. And I might vote to see if this is something you guys want to see or not. Because if it's not really something you want, that's fine. One there. Yeah, because it's already almost 6, so we're running low on time here. I don't know how much more extra customization we're going to do outside of this and then adding the straps. Maybe we can add a sprout or something, or we could do a goblin. Maybe. I'm gonna just say maybe right now because I don't know yet. It's gonna totally depend on how I'm feeling by the end. Because at our current rate, I can see myself running out of energy. That's too big of a window, right? That's a gigantic window. Maybe I should just do it smaller. What do you think? Yeah, totally. Check it out. Stitch asks if a crochet dome can actually fit in there. Check it out. We got a gnome right here. Boop. See? You could probably fit 2 gnomes in here, actually. Yeah, you can. You can fit 2 gnomes in there. It's a little stuffed, though. Let's do one for right now. Okay. I'll finish what I'm doing right now just to have it, but I think this maybe might be a bad idea. We might have to come back to the window idea later. Maybe even off cam. Let's see. Let's see what we got first. I think I could essentially like make this smaller. It's just really hard to do those half color changes on anything tinier than this. Oh, that's at the end. And then we just slip stitch to connect. That. Maybe. Okay. I don't know about this window idea. I'm losing confidence in it very quickly. All right, let's see what we got. So I'll sew on like a plus sign there. That's what the window would look like, but then with a plus on it, you know, to make it more like windowy. What do we think? Do we think we like the window or nah? I'll tell you what, we'll switch the vote now. Let's go ahead and make our flowers or straps. Let's do our flowers next. So I'm going to go ahead and end our vote for a flower option. Oh, 36, that's pretty good. Oh, and super solid choice, guys. Cool. You guys wanted that hot pink, which is great because I already had a hot pink one crocheted, which makes our life even easier. I just realized I need to find my crochet hook for this too. You know, I bet it's, oh yeah, it's right here. I had a feeling it would be like right here. All right. And wait, where'd the hot pink go? No, I mean, I know I have the hot pink here, but I had 2. Didn't I already have one? I was like, cool, I already have a flower made. Where'd I put it? I like literally just had it. And I was like, cool, here it is. Oh, it fell. That explains things. Cool. All right, let's add this flower. Oh, wait, window. Let's vote on the window. Window edition. Just yes or no. That's all I want to know. Yes or no, do we add this window? Do we sew this window on or not? That's the only question I have. Easy. 50-50. All right, let me go ahead and sew on this, or let me make a flower here. Since we already have one flower made, I'm just gonna make one of these. And then we will, let's look at another pattern after this. Let's see, we looked at goblins. We have 2 more patterns to look at. I know which one we'll look at next. So that's, and okay, this part's hard because it's like, you know, we're crocheting with embroidery thread, but it does really pay off if I can do it right. we go. All right, so there's one. Chain one. Oh no, I don't need a chain one. Oh, there you go. One. Hold on, I need to be able to see this a little bit better. Let's move this out of the way. So we go chain like that, and then that. Okay, there's two. Three. Okay, four. All right. And last petal. Let's cut this. Pull that through. Back down through the center. And then we'll pull tight right here like this. Ready? Shoink. Little petal. Cute. Cute. Okay. And since we already had one made, I'm just going to use this other one too. Save us a little bit of time. Let's go ahead. I'm going to sew these onto our flower pot just like this. I think this was the perfect color choice, by the way. And I appreciate that you guys chose a color that made it so I didn't have to make two also. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but it was appreciated nonetheless. Do I have a better darning needle? Yeah. This one. It's almost not a darning needle, but that's okay. There we go. All right. This one. That. We out here thread needles. We out here thread needles. Go right through the center of this. I'm kind of getting a little extra on how to sew these flowers on, but I just really want to make sure that they are like secured. Why did the music just end, I wonder? Did we finish the whole playlist? Let's find out. Let's find out. 1 second. There we go. Boom. Okay. And there we go. There's one little flower on. We did. We finished the entire album. It's funny that it ended on like a weird middle of a song. Okay. One. And two. Okay. All right. One flower on. Let's go ahead and get the other one on real quick. Let's try to go a little faster with this one. So I'm not just like, hold on. Takoyaki! Hello, Takoyaki. How you doing, dude? I saw you've been getting obsessed with goblins recently. Loving that, dude. Absolutely loving that. I mean, I'm obviously feeling very similarly. think that one comes out there. Out through the center. Yeah, I saw you made a, I think I saw you made a shank, right? Is that correct? You gotta try doing those mini goblins and making an, like a team of orcs for Warcraft, or Warhammer rather. There we go. I actually might want to use pliers here. Uh-oh, my phone's gonna die. Hold on, I gotta change that over. One moment. That's not, actually I can do it from right here. Ah! There we go. And then we'll... There we go. Wait. Okay, cool. We're good. Crisis averted. All right, let's get this flower finished sewn on. All right. Last part. We're almost done today. We just need to finish up sewing on our window, if you guys wish to add a window, and then adding the straps, and then technically we're done. I think I might call it because I am getting pretty tired. And I don't want to stretch it too far, you know? Plus, I'll be back next week making more stuff anyhow. All right. That looks great, right? Look at those flowers. Oh my gosh, those are so cute. That's a perfect color choice. Okay, next up, I think you guys are gonna have voted on the yes on the window. You have indeed. Okay, cool. So we're sewing this window on to here, and then I'm gonna add like a cross on it so that it looks more like a window too. So no worries. Let's add a window. So I'm gonna go and do a hidden end first. That way the edge of this looks a little bit cleaner. And this from the very center, right? Yeah, so we can cut that off. There, and then this one, I think maybe we want to hide that end a little bit better. This to the inside. Okay. That. All right, so now we've got a blank window to work with. She's flying all over the place, dude. Chill out. Oh my gosh. Window's like, never! You'll never sew me on, copper! Like, I'm not even a cop, dude. Chill. I'm gonna hide this white end in just a little bit because I'm a little worried about it. But no, I'm not. Okay. This one on. And I'm not gonna sew this on like super duper in depth, I don't think. Well, let's see. You can go over more, like right there, I think, right? Does that look good? As far as like where it gets sewn on? I think like right here looks pretty good. So it's like not super duper close to the door. Like you have to like look through the side a little bit. I think that's pretty good. Let's go with that. And then, oh, you guys are talking about cream puffs in the chat. Don't do that to me, man. Jules made some kiwi bread earlier. I haven't had a chance to try it yet. I really should have had a slice before I started today's stream. But I didn't do that. But I didn't do that. Okay. I'm not going to sew this on too crazy. Okay, we're not going to do every stitch probably. Let's see what I can do here. Let's go every few stitches I'll sew something on. That. Cool. Like this. Down to there. And hey, again, if you haven't entered the giveaway, go enter it now. All you need to do to enter to win is fill out a form. That's it. It's really easy. It's like a 1-question form. And we're going to announce the winner by the end of today's live stream. And they're going to win the full bundle of patterns for our Woolly Woods season, which is a lot of patterns. And then we'll go up to like there. All right, that's looking pretty good. Do we go up that one or this one? We'll go up this one. Then into here. Okay, so now I want to add just like a big plus sign on it. And I'm just going to do that with embroidery. You know, I'm not going to crochet it on. We're just going to do a plus. 1, 2. And then I can double knot that together. So I'll come up through like right here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Make sure I'm on the inside of the green. Do a little bit more. That. Okay. And we're going to go across like that. Into here. Is it going to be crooked? It's a little bit crooked, it looks like. Whatever, we'll make it work. Let's go into right here. Okay, so there's one, there's the line, and then we want to do another line horizontal. And we'll have it come out through, let's have it come out down through the top. So we'll go down to the bottom of it, like right here. Maybe like right there. And up. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm actually going to go right in between this like that. Okay, and then we're just going to slowly sew it in there. Try to turn it a little bit more. Hey, that's not bad. I actually do kind of like that window. It's a little bigger than I was hoping, but it's not bad. It's really not bad. All right, let's go ahead and double knot these in. And next up, we want to add the straps. But before we add the straps, let's look at our second to last pattern for Woolly Woods season, which is going to be our... Oh my gosh, actually that does look pretty good. Let's put the roof on real quick. Hey, that's looking pretty good so far. So all we really need to do is add the straps. That's like our technically at the end there. I probably should have put that window on this side to make it less like, it looks like a little heavy on this right side now, but it's not bad. A half circle window would have been also really cute. That would have been a good addition too. So we might need to put like a chimney or something over here. But we'll get to that in a second. Let's start though. I want to show you another pattern from our library. Oh yes, that's right. Owls. We made owls. And I actually can't find the original owl, but I can't find the one we made on a live stream. So I made this one on a live stream. So this was actually another pattern, was our owl burbs. Gosh, I wish I did have the other owl. I don't know where he's at though. He's probably lost in my... He's lost somewhere in here. There's a normal owl somewhere. Oh well. Oh well, we just have our fancy owl then. So this is our cute little fancy owl. Look at that. He's got this little star like thing there. And it's a burb, so the head comes off too. That look good? So that was our second to last pattern from our season. We'll put this one, running out of space here. We'll put him on top of the snail in the background. I don't even know if you can see that or not. Oh, you can barely see it. Cool. All right, we got one more to show you, but before I do that, I think we should be adding the stripes. But while I add for the stripes, I'll give one extra customization. So the options for customizations, I think, are going to be a mushroom. Oh. I think we can do a sprout, a mushroom, we can do moss, or a butterfly. Okay, so those are our votes. Vote on what you want for our last customization. The options are between a sprout, which looks like this. This is our little sprout edition. You know, it's kind of like a little window or a little chimney that's a sprout. A mushroom, which looks pretty similar. It's kind of like this, but it's a mushroom instead. Okay, so that's kind of the mushroom option. And we'll vote on color for the mushroom if we choose that one. And then the other options are butterfly, which looks like this. There's a little tiny butterfly in there. Or a moss, which would be needle felted. I actually don't have an example of that yet, but we would needle felt some moss on the bottom, maybe back here, and then maybe like a little bit of moss somewhere else. I don't know. Those are our options. Go ahead and vote now on that. While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and add our... Let's start by adding our straps. All right? Yeah, I think it's a little easier to add the straps first. Okay, so we'll add our straps here. And honestly, the straps aren't too crazy difficult. Basically what we do. Okay, a little slip knot here. Pull it through with this side right here. You'll be kind of surprised with how quick this is going to be. Okay, we really want it to be lined up correct. So there's one end and there's the other end. So it'll be like that and that. Yeah, actually, I was pretty much right exactly where I needed to be. Right there. Pull this through. And then that, and then we just do a bunch of chains. We chain it as much as we want it to be for our straps. I think I did like 80 before, so I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to chain it however long we want it to be. And then I'm going to vote with my nose. Here we go. Boop. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, everybody's choosing that. All right, that's cool. Someone asked, is there a PDF of the crochet pattern? Yes, David. There's a PDF of every single crochet pattern on my library. And what's really cool about the PDFs too is they're not just like simple PDFs. There's check marks so you can quickly, so you can make sure that you're crocheting at the right part. You know, it'll be like row 1, done. Click the check mark. So that's really cool. And there's also YouTube tutorials and quick links to the YouTube tutorials. I'm really proud of the PDFs. I think you're going to really like them. But yeah, David, to answer the question is yes, there's a PDF, definitely a PDF for it, and a video tutorial for it as well. It's actually 2 video tutorials for it. Hey, Warm Mukwa is 2 tentacles down. They have to make 6 of them though. Ooh. Thank you so much, Andrea. Super appreciate it. Okay, I was not paying attention there. Is that long enough? Yeah, we can go a little longer than that. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's long enough to like carry it, right? You know, it's not like crazy long, but it's not too short. I'll do like 5 more. 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, now we want that side like this. Pull it through the inside. Oh, I forgot, I need to cut the yarn. Pull it through this inside here. Go around the outside, come through the top there. Pull it through this side. Cool. And then all we need to do is slip stitch it to the other side. Just need to make sure everything looks good. Basically trying to make sure that it's flat. Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay. And then I'm going to put it in, like, let's go with, like, there. We'll go with this stitch right here. That's pretty good. Okay. Try it there. All right. All right, just want to make sure before I hide these ends in. Perfect. Look at that. That works perfect. Nice. Okay. So now I just need to hide these ends in, and then we'll add our last bit, and we will change our vote after this for what you want the customization color to be. Customization color, but go ahead and vote now. Also, get your entries in for the giveaway if you want to enter to win our giveaway. It is now or never. After we're done with the next part of this, we're gonna end the vote, or I mean end the entries. So that's pretty good. Probably could have hid that in a little bit further, but that's all right. Same on this side. Could I please recommend yarn? Yeah, sure. I mean, I obviously am going to recommend Club Crochet Amigurumi Cotton. That's my own personal yarn, but it's not really purchasable in small amounts. You have to buy them in kits, so it might not be the best option for you. In which case, I would suggest if you want to use cotton, my alternative is Lily Sugar and Cream. I think is pretty good. It's also relatively affordable and easy to find. Outside of that, there's a whole bunch of other kinds of yarns that I really like. I really like Lion Brand's Heart something, Wool Heart, or I like actually Wool Ease. Patents has a yarn called Wool Ease that I really like too. Okay, so there's our strap. Honestly, we could call it there, but we're not gonna. We're gonna do a little chimney thing too. So we're gonna add that, but let me go ahead and end our poll. Okay, you chose a butterfly. Cool. I had a feeling you might choose a butterfly. Let's go and choose what color for the butterfly. I think we could do pink. We could do blue. We don't have anything blue yet. Orange. Or I want to choose a color that we're not using, you know? Or red. Yeah, we could do red. Okay. So go ahead and vote now on what you want for the color for our butterfly. While you're voting on that, I'm going to make the last addition to this, which is going to be the, I call it the chimney, the string chimney. It's just like a center thing on the inside to keep everything together. We don't technically need it because we have the straps already, but it, it's kind of nice. It's got a little extra something to it, and you voted for it, so we're gonna do it. 4, 5, and 6. Oh, I get to vote on the color too. I always forget about that part. I'm gonna go with that color. Ooh, oh my gosh, it's a hard vote here for colors. All right, chimney, got it. 3, 6. Two. 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Put that really close. Okay. And next up, I do the first 4. Okay. Nice. There we go. And then I just chain 1. Nine. All right. Is that big enough? We'll go 2 more. Okay. Cut that loose. Let's add this in. This part's pretty... Oh, wait. Yeah, we'll add this in. Okay, so here's the order of operations. We're going to add this in. Then I'm going to show you our last pattern that was added to the Woolly Woods. And then we're going to make our butterfly based on what you voted for. Sounds good. How did I start crocheting? That's a big question. I started in high school, like freshman year of high school. I got started because I got really crafty one year, and I actually had a crush on someone, and I started crocheting them a bunch of things. Worked out. We started dating. Terrible relationship. Highly, but I got crochet out of it, so it was worth it. It was a really bad relationship, though. But, you know, high school. Sometimes that happens. Okay. That's kind of how I started. It's a long story, though, to be honest. All right, so next I need to go into the bottom of this. I go into this side. I go into this side. That. This part can be hard. But it's also kind of fun. Nice. And pull tight. And let's hide this end in, and then we'll be done with the Gnome Home, other than our butterfly. Sorry I didn't make a gnome for this as well. I just don't think I got it in me today, to be completely honest. It's been a pretty long stream. We've been going for over 3 hours already. Okay. Let's look at what we got here, though. I'll fix that because I kind of made it all crazy looking. Okay, so here's that. See, the idea is if you didn't have these straps, you'd also have this center part so you could pull it tight like that as well. And you'd have like this part that you could kind of hold as well. There you go. So now we got the string chimney. We've got our straps. You could just make the string chimney nice and short by pulling that through like that. So it's just like this ball on the top. There we go. And then you could just pull the straps down instead to hold it down. Like that. All right, let's look at our final pattern for our Woolly Woods. We've talked about the gnomes. We talked about the frogs. We talked about the goblins. We talked about the gnome home. We talked about the pet rock. We talked about the firefly. We talked about the snail. We talked about the owl. We talked about the Bigfoot. We talked about the lily pad. And the only one we haven't talked about is the adorable pine cone. The awesome pine cone. I love this pattern. It's so cool because not only does it make just like this really cool, almost like realistic looking pine cone, but the instructions teach how to make it into this giant version of a pine cone. And you can also make it into a bag, which is what I use for all my little goblins. This is my little goblin pouch. See, it's like a goblin house. So we got a gnome home and a goblin home. And the goblin home is just a big pine cone. Love it. So proud of this one. I think this one's so cool. Also, it makes a really cool looking, like when you make it small, you can also make it look like kind of a dragon egg. If you did this in a different color, you can make it a dragon egg, which is really cool. I'm super duper proud of this pattern. I think it's a really, really cool addition. Here, I'm going to put this one right there. So yeah, that was our final pattern. Really cool one. I don't even know what to say. So many patterns this season though. It's kind of exhausting, right? But it's kind of awesome also. All right, what color butterfly did you get? Oh, it's tied. It's a vote. The vote is tied between blue and orange, and pink is basically also there. So let's get that vote. Go ahead and get a couple more votes in there to break the tie. While we're doing that, maybe let's choose a winner for a giveaway? Maybe? Or at least get started, get ready for that. Looks like there was a lot of entries. I'll give you just a second longer to enter the giveaway if you want to. Again, if you haven't yet, please like this video down below. Yeah, like this video down below, and if we can get enough likes, we'll unlock a giveaway next live stream. How many likes did we get? Not really enough likes, but that's okay. It's no big deal. We might get it by the beginning of next live stream too. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and crochet our butterfly. What did you vote on? Oh, it's still tied, you guys. Now it's a three-way tie. It's a worse tie. You guys made it even harder. Oh, boy. Okay, well, go ahead. Keep on voting then. Let me get the color options here ready. The options were blue, pink, and orange is what we're split between. Looks like maybe we're going to have to make more than one butterfly. Denver! Oh, dude, Denver, congrats on coming back to your addiction. Yeah, I'm absolutely obsessed with crocheting, obviously. I think it's the best thing in the world, so I love that you love it too. And I hope that it comes back. We haven't used orange yet. That's true. We haven't used blue either, or pink. I mean, I guess technically we kind of used like cyan and hot pink, but it's not really the same, right? Okay, our vote has been diverted. 30% goes to blue. All right, we're making a blue butterfly. Let's do it. Let me bring up the pattern because I actually did forget how to crochet a butterfly. Ah! There we go. All right. Hey guys, also, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, which I hope you did, I hope to see you in future ones. If you want to join a future live stream, you know the dealio. Just like down below and subscribe to the channel. And if you hit the bell icon, you'll get notified when we come out with these live streams, which is pretty much every single week on Fridays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But I have a feeling we're going to be adding new ones in here soon too, so yeah. But thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Okay. Half double two. We're almost already done with this baby butterfly. They're so quick to make. It's crazy. I feel like I can make a billion of these. Pull that nice and tight. Oh, maybe this is what I should make for my... I still need to send out thank you cards for our wedding that happened last year. And I really want to make, like, things for them. This baby butterfly could be the perfect thing. Are we going to sew this on? Chat, what do you think? Do we sew this onto the Gnome Home, or do we just pin it on? Let's sew it on. Where should we sew it? We could go with the... Okay, we could go with the roof. Or... yeah, we'll just keep those two long ends. We go with the roof like that. Like this. Or you go with the wind. We can go right here. Actually, let's do it right here. That way it'll like kind of like even out, you know? If we do it like right there, it'll kind of like even out the sides. Okay, I like that idea. And let's just add the center of our butterfly too. Can't forget about that. Okay. Wait, which is the top? I guess either one could be the top, huh? Alright. Pull. Nope. Pull tight. There we go. I think I want this side to be the top. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Let's pull that nice and tight. That. And then I'm just going to double knot, or just, I'm not even going to double knot. We'll just do one knot. That. That way that just stays together a little bit better. Cut these ends. Make sure that they're the same distance. Yeah, that's pretty good. Nice. Look at that. And there we go. We got a blue butterfly. Pretty cute, if you ask me. Right? You ask for a blue butterfly, I'll give you a blue butterfly. And then let's go ahead and sew it. I'm going to sew it right there. Maybe actually this way in. Like angled in that way. Or angled that way. Yeah, we'll angle it this way. Yeah, that looks good. I'm going to open this up. I'm glad I added that strap on last because, or the chimney on last, because that would have been really hard to add on later. I mean, it would have been hard to add other things on. Sorry, that's what I meant with that strap on there. Okay, so we're going to go like this. Angled in maybe like that. This is great because this is going to be a super solid, like, I was getting a little worried because it was kind of like off center, you know, because of that window addition. So this will be a nice way. This is a perfect way to kind of even it out, kind of. Right there. I'm not even going to sew this on really tight. I'm just going to do two pieces there. So it might kind of like spin the butterfly around, but I don't think that's a bad thing at all. 1, 2, and we'll double knot it. 1, just pretty tight double knot. 2, nice. Yeah, perfect. Okay, guys. Let's add a little, hold on. Here we go. There we go. Let's add a little gnome in here. This is your home now, little gnome. Enjoy. And we'll close this up. I like having the dot pretty close on the top. Oh, that's nice because the butterfly bits go over the top of the house too. And there we have it. Our adorable gnome home. What do we think, team? What do you guys think? Pretty cute. We got our window. And then open it, and there's the top of our gnome's head. We're going to let her sleep, though. Okay. Oh my gosh, I love this pattern. It's so cool, dude. This pattern's so cool, dude. Love it. I love the choices we made, by the way. Love the button. Really good button choice. Love the green door. I'm glad we didn't choose brown for the door. I think that was a good move. And then the very unique color choices, but they all kind of work together really well. Yeah, I agree. I love how colorful this came out. I totally agree with that. Who said that? Awesome Cupcake. I agree with you, Awesome Cupcake. Yeah, I agree too. The window was a good addition. I think it's a very good addition. I'll try to add that to the PDF tonight and update it. So if you had bought the pattern today, I'll send you an update. So don't worry about that. Okay, we'll put this down. Let's find out who our winner of our giveaway was today. Here we go. Ready? Of our giveaway, our winner is... All right, drum roll, please. I found it. The winner of our Club Crochet Season 7 finale, I think Season 7, right? Yeah, Season 7 finale is Connie Shoot. Congratulations, Connie. Thank you so much for your entries. Thank you, everybody that entered to win. I will be emailing you after this live stream, Connie, with all the information. Say hi if you're in the chat. I don't know if you are in the chat, though. But thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate it. It has been one heck of a season. Like, seriously, what an epic season this one was. Whew! I'm very excited about next season, too. Let's find out. Well, I can't wait to find out what you guys voted on for what we were going to do next season. I'm going to still choose out of the winners, but I have a feeling I know what's going to be voted on. So I'll be announcing the next season very, very soon, probably by next week. Thank you guys again for joining. I really hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful day, wonderful season. I really appreciate you being here. Pasta la pizza. Happy hooking. See you in the next one. Thanks for joining, guys. Bye. Goodbye. 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 Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye. Oh my gosh, stop. You hang up first. Oh my gosh, stop it. No, you hang up first. You're making me blursh. Okay, bye.